Now it should be live.
Oh, it sounds fine.
All right, let me just go in and get to the chat here. We'll get people, let me see, go over here. Content.
Just go into her thing so you see the chat and answer some questions you have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, live.
I don't have the volume on. Do it echo.
Okay, all right. And let's see what we get here. Well, 'cause I don't
Well,
know.
you'll be getting an email from that person today.
We're live, Frank. All right. So, yeah, the person on the team, yeah. Okay. Hi, 10th Angel. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Pebbles. Hi, Heather. Juju, Aurora. How's everybody doing? We've got some breaking news. Frank and Frankie are here. We'll let some people get in. We've got 104 right now. We'll let a few more get in because otherwise we'll be repeating ourselves. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello, everybody.
Hello. We've got some breaking news. There's Sandy. Hey, everybody. Hi, Louise, Nana Patty, Two Scooter, April, Pink Berry, everybody's here. Okay, well, you know, the other day I was telling you guys about things that are run behind the scenes, channels that are together. Well, I was talking about some channels, and now you have to understand that over the last almost 3 years, there's been teams, investigative teams, that have been gathering together information that's pertinent. A lot of it was due with the harassment. That's how it all started. But in the course of that, it's been, thank you, easily distracted, it's been connected, and I'm not going to give the channel names, okay, because that's not what I'm here to do. But I think you can know. They're the channels that go live with breaking news on the Watts case quite frequently, okay?
Yeah.
And that frequent news is filled with insiders that are not real insiders and crap, okay? And it is crap. So we're going to show you that today. Where that comes from is, in other words, in a script, okay? And we're probably going to make channels angry.
Well, we're just here to answer questions after you read these.
But we're going to give you some idea of what's happening, because in this, what's coming out and what came out with Cece being slapped, if any of you heard that, is all in this information that's supposed to be coming from Chris. Okay? Chris is supposed to be speaking with people and giving this information out. Now, I will let you know that he is not saying Shadan killed anyone, but he's not saying he killed anyone either. Okay? It's all about now connecting NK and Jim with various people all over. So I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that's coming out, okay? Let me get to my stuff here.
Yeah, we're going to try to break it out there before these people start making money off.
Yeah, because, well, they already are, but okay, let's see. So now, allegedly, Chris is the mastermind that is giving all of this information. So when it's presented to you from these channels, they're going to be telling you that Chris spoke to someone, okay? And this is all from his mouth. If you believe that, you know, that's up to you there. So, again, we'll start with the ultimatum. He said that NK gave him an ultimatum. It's Shanann and the kids, or it's me. And that ultimatum was given a few days before he left to go join them in North Carolina, right? And supposedly he opened up all about his sister in these phone calls. And he said that his sister was very angry because she felt that Chris had not been happy for a very long time and she wanted very much for him to be happy. And she told him that he could have a much better life if he was together with NK. Now, a few nights before the murders, Chris allegedly said that he remembers talking to NK. And she was giving him ideas of how he could be rid of his family. But he can't remember any of them, really. He has trouble with his memory on that part. A lot of trouble there. And she was not supposed to be at his workplace the last time he worked before the murders. And she had a big fit about it, okay? And they had a huge fight. The fight was about who Chris loved and wanted, whether her or Shanann, okay? Now, regarding his father, he thinks that his father still wants that 35C and is possibly working on that with a person from YouTube. He believes, allegedly, that he would be found guilty if he had a trial, but not of murder, he said, if a trial happened. And he didn't know why he lied to the police during the interview and with the FBI. He doesn't know why he lied. And he doesn't know why he lied to Cato when she talked to him. But he felt like he was giving people the info that they wanted to hear. So he, again, was just trying to be a nice guy and give them what they wanted to hear. He's having really bad memories, poor guy, about his kids. And he's been thinking about that drive, and it's been really just bombarding his thoughts, horrible thoughts. He talks about the Freemasons and says they are to blame for the reason that the truth didn't get out there, allegedly. But said that overall he's doing pretty good, okay? Back into the chapel, and he's been praying a lot. He's really stressed, and he's worried about the TV show with Chrissy. Now, that is the one coming up on the 25th, okay, with Dylan, which if you watch any of those channels, you know. He's super upset that Cato will be on it. He's angered. He's really angry with her because she even wrote to him asking him for some more information and time, and said that this time she really would write his testimony. If you remember the last time, he was all pissed off because he said she was supposed to be writing his testimony and she didn't do that or follow through. He said he just thinks she's all about money, greed. You know, she's greedy, and she's not sorry for any of her actions. So he doesn't want anything to do with her, and he doesn't want her in that TV show, but she is, and he can't do anything about it. He has not spoke to her, called her, but she keeps writing him, and she wrote to his cellmate, he says. This is all allegedly from Chris, right? He's very upset that he can't remember everything. He's having problems with his memory. And he believes that something he was given to drink was actually something called devil's breath. And then he had to go because he needed to call his mom. Okay, then we have, he likes to ask how YouTube's doing. So which is pretty funny because, you know, he's all involved in up in YouTube, I guess. And whoever he's speaking to, he wants to know where they're focusing, what areas they're focusing on, and how many people are watching. He was explained about a book series that's going on. And I believe that is the book series that they're promoting, right? Is that through Dylan or through?
Yeah, we're going to now. Is that too loud on your end?
No.
The rain?
What is it?
Can you hear the rain? It's
no.
coming and going over here.
Sounds fine.
Sorry.
Sounds fine to me. Yeah. So she, whoever it is, he or she spoke about that, and let's see. He's talking about Cadel again, and how he's very upset. He's been lied and manipulated by her, and she keeps saying she'll publish his testimony, and he explained how she didn't live up to her promise the first time, and that his mother really dislikes Cadel because of all the ways she used the family. Now there's the pandemic restrictions, and they may get better towards this is supposedly a time frame. I'll give you a time frame, the end of April, very end of April, okay, of this year. So he's believing that at that time the pandemic restrictions are going to be lifted, and he's doing really good, but he just recovered. He had a little cold, little case of the sniffles, and he spoke to this person about some really dark things. He was having a lot of them on his mind, and he heard that this person had just worked on some chapters in her series, and he wanted to take these things to the grave with him because he's so ashamed and so upset about it. But he ended up opening up, and now he says allegedly, Jim, here's Jim. He was around for a lot of the dark things that went on. And all of NK's friends were very dark. And stuff that he learned from them and saw that they did really haunt him still. He wonders if things wouldn't have turned out like they had, he wonders, if everything would have been different if it wasn't for those dark things. So if those dark things weren't involved, maybe things would have been differently, is what he's trying to say there, allegedly. And the only other time he felt like this was when he was in the Weld County Jail. He felt the darkness over there. So he feels that Jim got away with a lot. Jim, watch out, because it feels like you got away with a lot there. But he said he's not going to give any more details on why he feels this about Jim. He's not. He needs to think about it, thinks how better to explain things, okay? Regarding Dylan and Christy, he knows so much because he opened up to Dylan. Now his prayers are reaching him, clarity is happening, and he's been writing it down. He wants to share things more when they're all written down. He's excited for my letter, and he speaks of the team. And he speaks of the team a lot. Now, that's looking to be like the YouTube team. Okay? He's saying hello to everybody on the team. And he's telling them that he's going to pray for them all. Okay? So, just in this way, Chris being involved with the YouTube teams that are making major bucks, tens and tens of thousands of dollars on this, could really be a problem for Chris, couldn't it? Okay, I'm going to cup of coffee.
Dieter says hello.
Hey, Dieter.
Oh.
Is that a fake Is that a fake Dieter, Frankie, or is it the real Dieter?
Yeah, he's a robot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Yeah, they love you, Dieter. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, it's all right. No, Dieter comes first there. Chris's lies are ridiculous, alleged lies. So he remembers. Okay, we're still in the time frame at the end of April. Apparently, he's speaking to this person or persons every day at this point, just about maybe 3 days a week at least. He remembers that everyone was alive when they left the house. Everyone. Okay, now this is different, right? He has vivid memories that he used his cell phone to talk to some people while he was at Survey 319. And he says that the lyrics for that Metallica song came around because someone who was with him, they were looking it up together because of the message in the song, and he also likes that song a lot. Says he's been listening to One by Metallica a lot, and that music can speak when there's no words to speak. And he enjoyed Holy and Lonely by Justin Bieber. Yeah. And thinks that
From Metallica to Bieber, huh?
Yeah, Metallica could give some insight to some of the chaos in his life. Now, he thought of Shanann because the bread he had in the chow hall, it made him think of how she loved cooking. He's been really depressed and is wondering what his life would be like had this not happened. What would he be doing about with his baby boy? Who would he look like? And he says he wishes he was a father. He finds it disturbing when people say the baby wasn't his. He said that God works in mysterious ways, and Nico was meant to be to save their love, marriage, and family. Shanann got pregnant so fast. He had heard rumors of people speculating, well, that was your parents, that Nico wasn't his, but he said the baby is his, and he's sad that people would think Shanann cheated because she didn't. He wonders if it was really true that her flight was delayed that night. He would like to know if there's been proof of that, and would like this person that he's speaking to bring him some proof on that, along with any footage from the airport that night. And he wonders.
They probably know this is all false. You can just tell this is all false.
Yeah, they're gonna ask the airlines to get footage of the airport.
I actually was told that a Miss M was asking about that footage at the airport today. Actually.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'd like to know how they can get airport footage.
Yeah. Okay. He wonders why he was never told about that. Now, Anna from back is still trying to get back together with him. He's really angry because she betrayed his trust, and she was just working with YouTubers who were motivated by greed, because these YouTubers, if it is the ones, they're not greedy at all. They don't care at all about anything. Chris would like to donate some future proceeds. So now, if this is true, future proceeds, okay, to a church organization and something that helps young kids find God. He believes a huge mistake was that his blood was never tested for drugs. And he'll think about if he'll talk to some others, but he has a hard time trusting, and he has a really hard time opening up. And he only trusts this person because she is not motivated by greed. And she's doing good things because she's speaking truth. Still at the end of April, okay, guys? There's a second call that day. And he wanted to tell this person that he felt that evidence is showing what happened, and he feels it will be lost forever because he thinks that NK got rid of her truck and it's not around anymore. And he says he remembers that the truck followed him to survey that morning. About the 111-minute phone call, he said that was NK's idea for an alibi, and that she didn't talk on the phone. She says it was her way to the house, so it was going to we've said this a long time ago, I mean, so whatever, that she just left it over, in her house to show that she was there. Let's see. He said he's trying to out everything, but he knows that the basement was really important. He's very, very, very glad that this person that he's speaking to is doing a series on Catel's books. And is asking her to say, why don't people question her more? If she lies so much, and this is what he's hearing that others are saying, then why is she so believed? He wants to know. Okay? Then he told her that what he heard in her new book, that she included the letters. He says she didn't put in several letters because he had letters, and the ones he replied to, no one figures it out, asked her about it because she's the evil one. He said he just wants people to know the truth and wishes that they knew the truth too. And he went to a pastor and he's been praying more and he hopes he'll have clarity. Now, again, there's a team he speaks of, and he wants the team to tell him if they think he's guilty and what he did. So he's trying to gauge their thoughts. Like, well, what are you thinking? You thinking I'm guilty? What'd I do? What do you think I did here? So it sounds to me, if you're asking, that he's making this up as he goes along based on what this team thinks. Okay? And if the team thinks he's guilty of said, then I guess he can retool whatever he says. And that's my opinion. Okay? He wondered if there was any shots that were fired and wanted to know what the house looks like and if it's being taken care of. He feels empty inside, very cold. He wishes he had friends, family, normal life. He regrets everything so much. And he thinks something's wrong with him because he still loves NK. He asks if that's normal and if she could be put in prison, NK, that is, for her role in all of this, if anything. And he's really craving a hot dog from some place called Wiener Schnitzel. And he's missing iced tea. He's gaining a lot of weight. Yeah, I know. He's gaining a lot of weight, and that's making him feel really depressed. And when asked about why Shanann said F you, he says it was to NK, Jim, and someone else. And he said that everyone was there before Shanann got home that night, okay? And they were doing dark stuff, dark words and prayers, dark prayers. Says that when NK was in the police station, she wasn't supposed to be there. She showed up there, and that's why that 111-minute phone call was an alibi. That makes sense. When asked if it's possible that they were taken anywhere other than Survey, he says yes and no. He doesn't know. He doesn't remember. Claims that they were all alive, but he doesn't remember where exactly and how. He said someone at Survey played a big part, and it was all because they had a friendship with NK. And that Jim had a red car, but he doesn't remember what kind. Maybe a Pontiac. He has no idea.
Oh, of course. Bring in the red car.
Well, you see, Caroline,
It's all to fit their narratives.
we're trying to let people know that this stuff is out there already. Somebody already been saying this, and we're trying to get it out there before they actually start making money off of this.
Well, more than they already are anyway.
So as people, want these people to know that this stuff we're getting is the same stuff that they're using out there.
Yeah, and then he's got some big news on Troy and the Fire Stick, but he will not say anything else.
Yeah, the Fire Stick's a big thing,
Yeah.
I only can watch TV with
Chris
it, but I don't
never
know what
said
a Fire
any
Stick
of this
was.
stuff, and it's a fact. I mean, none of these people know who he actually was, and we do. If you have any questions, you can ask us. We've got the truth.
A lot of this stuff, guys, it really looks like it's coming through Cato's book. A lot of this stuff, all of this stuff can be taken from Cato's book. There's not one thing that we've gone over so far that couldn't be gathered from the book. He told her she was dark. He said they did dark things. He mentioned NK's friend. What really, guys, have you heard in any of that that's groundbreaking? But these channels are saying it's groundbreaking stuff. Come on. It's all... Do I think that this is coming from Chris? No. No. I think they want you to think it is. And somebody's writing this, and that's what's happening. And throughout this thing, they do name the channels and who will cover what. And they happen to be the channels that are covering it. So I think that part is true.
They're the ones who made this. Yeah.
That part is true. And it's all orchestrated on who goes on with what. So then
it's a money-making machine is all it is. It's to spread rumors, just to give them something to talk about.
Now it's called views, lies, and rumors and money. That's what that's called, about the devil talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Don't get me on there.
Stop raining out.
It's humid crap out there now. Feels good in here.
So you guys, I want to see if most of them understand this.
Yeah, I just want to make sure these people know that we're not just
We don't believe any of this. Please understand that. We do not believe any of this. Thank you, Louise. And thank you,
and we're just trying to find out what we want this out before these people start making money off it, trying to make and they're going to be mad tomorrow because we're sending. Yeah,
they're going to be pissed. Okay, people are going to be pissed, but you know what, guys, what you're doing is not right. You know that you're not reporting the facts. There's a lot of cases to cover. Why not report on other cases with facts? Then there's a woman missing in California. There's the little boy in Texas, and you can do facts and not conspiracy. There's a lot of cases you could report facts on. And even if you want to look at this case, you could go over the facts of this case. But to make stuff up, guys, and to implicate people, and you go on further, and then you're implicating relatives of the Rzuceks, and you're and just crazy things you're trying to connect. It's ridiculous.
And one thing I gotta add, Carolyn, is that what bothers me the most is that we were in love with our daughter and our grandchildren. Don't you think that we picked up those police officers and the CBI and the FBI and shook them to find out who the hell was involved? This is our family we're talking about.
Yeah.
And if anybody else was involved, trust me, I'd have them by the cojones.
Right. Yeah. Do you think they'd be like, oh, Sandy, NK's involved, but we're just going to look the other way. We got a payment for you. And she's going to be like, yeah, okay, that's good.
Well, according to some of them, we received a payment to let murderers go, and that's why they're getting too close to the truth, and we're shutting them down. That's the whole thing they go on.
I'm paid. And just so you all know, I'm by another creator that's putting this narrative around that I'm paid. I represent the Rzuceks. I'm paid. Did Sandy?
Yeah, everyone's on
Sandy,
payroll.
Have you sent the check out yet? Because I'm a little late on the check.
I'm getting it. Can I pay you in food?
Just like my
friend Dave. All right.
Yeah,
again, all right.
Everyone thinks we pay all these people like we're millionaires or something.
They're all stupid.
Okay.
I think we can stand in this.
So I mean that we can go through some more of this just so you see, and this is what they are planning on bringing you as breaking news every night. Breaking news, okay?
If people want to listen to garbage, then let them go at it. But
yeah. So there is someone.
My word, it's nothing but lies, trash, and trying to get you hooked. So you spend your money and your time listening to people who are clueless.
Yeah, you're giving money to people that are promising you billboards. They're promising you someone's getting arrested. They're promising you that they have inside information through their political ties. They're promising you all this stuff, and it's all lies. And you're just handing over, just by watching them, they're earning money. But then people are donating hundreds and hundreds and hundreds for billboards that are never going to be put up, people. Never. Okay.
So now we have the inside stuff. Now we're going to release it before they can do it.
And we're going to be doing this every night till we get it all out.
So let's see. The 111-minute phone call again. This is now the beginning of May. So that's he remembers that. Oh, that's going to be the alibi. And she said called, and she would come to his house to talk about stuff and make a plan. But he can't remember what the plan is. And this is also part of the plan. See, if Chris had a great memory and could get this all out in one thing, then you'd have one episode. But because his memory is not good, they have to drag it out. And, oh, wait, Chris's memory's getting a little bit better, right? He remembers another thing.
He could build a whole motor.
Yeah.
He can remember how to do that.
Right. His memory's like Jodi Arias now. It's a little sketchy on some things. But he doesn't remember what they spoke about, And he thinks they spoke for 5 or 10 minutes. And he remembers the basement. And he remembers that it played a huge role because of people that were down there.
Funny how some of these other YouTubers are talking about the basement all the time.
Right. But you know why? But you know why they're talking about the basement? Because of the dogs. The dogs had a little bit of a hit. there, and that's why they're talking about the basement.
Yeah, but there's nothing in the basement. These people are.
Well, but that's why they're talking about it, because they talk about the dogs all the time.
Yeah, well, like I said, people don't realize, we spent about 18 months out there with both of them. I mean, we know Chris inside and out.
And then, yeah, and you know what they do here too is, as you look at some of this stuff supposedly that came from Chris, it's repetitive, and that's the way their shows run. They repeat the same thing. So I guess this would be another episode, and they talk about the FU that supposedly Shanann said, and that's to the people that were in the basement. Okay.
You know what I like is when they start talking and got something big secret, and they pause for like 5-10 minutes, keep everybody hanging on for more lies. It just cracks me up.
Right. And then, like this point, they'll be, okay, we were going to have to go to the Patreon for this, guys. It's going to be on the $50 tier to hear the rest of this, because they're trying to shut us down. They want to shut us down. They're trying. Hold on, I'm getting a call right now. You're shutting us down? Bring it to the Patreon? All right. $75 tier, guys, at the Patreon. Okay. But you guys know that's what they do. They tell you that you has to go to the Patreon, because they got top secret information here. So there's a lot. The vomit at the site was Bella's, because he gave her candy to calm her down during the ride. And
Never heard of any of that. Never. I was with the CBI, FBI, and the police department. Many police departments. There were so many officers in a room with Frank, myself, and I. And it just blows my mind that you two people that never even had a graduate education or law school or anything with the police or detective work, but God Almighty, they're going to solve this case, which just rattles my brain.
To me, what I think it is, they think they have like a TV show now, and now they're going to, it's like a soap opera, and they're going to write a different story. And you know what? And they're sitting all around there, and they're like, hey, we have a captive audience. We can get 1,000 people every night. Let's just keep it going. What should we do? All right, let's just write it down. Let's keep it going. If Sandy, Frank, and I wanted to do this, we could write a new story every night, right? Anybody with a creative mind could just sit there and write a new story. It's a money-making scheme, guys. The case is closed. It's done. What's happening now is because they can't let it go. They can't move on to another case. They not when they have this one. So they're going to keep it going. And let's just connect all these people. And you guys
at our cost.
Right, but they're like, I think she had something to do. I think Jim, I think the red car and Betty, and so they're just weaving it all together for you guys. And it's just like writing a TV show. So, it's not even written very well, because they could have, like I said, there's not much that's not in the book or that could be extrapolated from that. There's no big earth-shattering information, okay? So the vomit was Bella's because of the candy, and she threw up over there, and that Jim had the red car, and that NK used her truck, and someone else was there in a gray truck, and the truck he thought was NK's or her dad's. He thinks it was one of those. And let's see. He thought of leaving on the driveway. He thought of leaving on the driveway camera was a good idea, because he didn't do anything, and nothing bad was caught on the camera. He wonders why that doorbell footage wasn't all put out there. He says because there's more. Is what he's saying, and he would like to have seen it, and he'd like to seen the others that came. He would like to have caught them, because he says that there's Now, if you believe this, okay, if there was footage of these other people coming to the house, you honestly truly believe the family would just be like, hey, what is that? Oh, look, there's Jim, NK. Oh, look, there's some of Chris's coworkers. Look, they're all coming. Should we worry about that? No. We got it all. Okay, all right. Come on. So yeah, okay, so right, there's a doorbell camera that caught the people coming. He'd like to see it. Yeah, okay. Doesn't exist, Chris. If it is indeed Chris. He doesn't believe that Nicole Atkinson was in the house that morning. He heard what Lana was saying, talked to her, I guess, and because of the TV clicker and the router, but he knew right away that that was only NK who was cleaning up. He remembers that she did a lot of cleaning that morning. Okay, and the timeline that they know, this team, is not the timeline that he knows. And they need him to help him, remember it. But the chapel's nice, and he's reading a new book, okay, about a memory training, because he needs to get his memory going again. And he's also reading Gone Girl, so that's good. He's reading, that kind of fiction. Maybe that could help him making up a new story. Maybe he could write fictional crime novels from prison. Okay, and it makes him wonder about the ways you can set people up. Okay, so that's a good thing for him to be wondering. So now he's thinking about this setup. And then he's constantly asking if they're making any progress on YouTube. And they asked about Dieter, who's a gift to the family. Says that Jenna and Shadan got in a huge fight related to hospital stuff. Human Resources was involved, and Shadan was given an ultimatum. She had to resign or be terminated. Chris says he doesn't know what happened, other than that it was ugly and a big thing at her work. And that Shadan said Gina was not a loyal person. The 111-minute phone call, again, they're going to talk about this again. This 111-minute phone call was actually his and NK's anniversary of when they first kissed. Come on. He said that he met her July 4th of 2017. 44 is the number that she liked a lot, NK that is, and he wanted to know what it meant because she was really into numerology, and 12 is the number of people connected in this and involved plus himself. Now, Mark G, who's that? Is that his best friend, Mark?
I believe so.
He inserted himself into Chris's life, and Mark told him that he was tight with some of the Frederick PD, and he could help out a lot in this. And
I'm not sure if Mark G is his.
I don't know who Mark G is. Probably if somebody else they made it, because no, his friend is Mark. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Mark. It's not Goodson. It's Jameson. Yeah, it's Mark Jameson. So this is. I don't know what Mark that is. Yeah. Whatever Mark it is, he's got a lot of ties in the Frederick PD, and he could get in there and help him because he wanted to let him know so that he could. He wanted to know what Chris remembered so that he could set him up. So he's believing he's been set up by the police. Okay. And that NK also had an uncle that worked for the Frederick PD, and he can't figure out which one though. Let's see. August 15th is an important date. Yeah, it's a pretty important date. He wondered how and when NK would be able to do things. And he wanted to know about her phone history and what it said. And does anyone know about text from a Peter? He said that's another friend of NK's, and it's a long story, and he can't go into it now. Let's see. Oh, everyone met to plan stuff at the second Lazy Dog, and that's when stuff got really, really serious. Okay. He was really, really talkative in the beginning of May here, and he's doing really well, feels a lot stronger. He likes talking about this. He loves talking about the team. It makes him feel better. He's able to remember more, and he's getting more confident to open up. He's really happy that nothing about his memories has been said publicly because he has more trust now. Sorry, Chris. He's decided that he's not writing people back at all. Don't write to him. He's not writing you back. He's just going to keep the connections he already has. He won't write to any more people. He wants to build up those connections that he has, and he wants everyone to know he didn't kill or injure anyone. Not Shanann, nor the kids. No one. No one. He remembers that there was duct tape that was used somehow, and remembers someone told him to get a glass vial out of that was in out of the contents in Shanann's bottle, whatever that means. Then he had gas cans he had to get. He said that NK's friend gave him gas cans, and he wonders why they weren't investigated. He said they were in the house, and they were surely seen on the camera filling up those gas cans. He asked about the GPS. Hey, how come nobody's sharing that GPS? We did. Okay. He wonders why Karen wasn't involved. Who's Karen? Neck brace Karen?
Don't know.
Okay. And why Shanann was quiet with her versus the other girls. And then they're asking him about this company, Dirty South. And Chris says he doesn't know a whole lot about that. He says that...
Well, Carol, I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't want to know about Dirty South, I will be doing a live, and I'll do a live with the owner, Hisham, and you can ask him questions. He'll tell you the truth.
Good.
There's nothing wrong with Dirty South. They did her well. She did them well. I did them well. Frankie did them well. We all worked there, and I still work there. So I really appreciate you stop talking about it.
I was about to say that too. I'm glad you said that about Sham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hisham.
Yeah.
That's what they have here. Right.
Yeah.
Because what's coming out now is from the team, like some really things that he had, like an interest in Shanann or just crap. So let's see. Chris wanted to know how did Shanann pay for her first house and.
Yeah, I know. It's all crazy. It's crazy.
And when he did ask her, she just said, "Oh, it was a bonus." Okay.
It wasn't embezzlement either, people. You don't even know the truth.
Let's see.
My daughter never embezzled money.
Right.
No,
Yeah. They're trying to make it seem like she had that she was scared of background checks on jobs. Okay. This is what it's saying. And why was her desk messy? And that's because NK and Jim were going through it. That's why Shanann's desk in the office was a little messy, because they were going through stuff.
That's BS too.
Okay. And Shanann has people search and print out on her. When he asked why, he said it had something to do with the sister's house. I don't even know what that... He thinks that Jim knew Shanann. Asked why he thinks that. He said because of the way Jim spoke about her. Yeah, so you're going to find out now. Jim and NK, they're all across the country. They have ties in North Carolina. They know some of Sandy's relatives. They know people in Colorado. They're all over. They have ties all over. Probably Betty's Betty's probably a relative. The people across the street, Nate's probably a relative of them. It's all over. It's just, why not connect everyone? It's so crazy. Let's see. Now, this part is so stupid. Chris is saying Shanann didn't have a history of friendships. Who the heck were all her friends? And it bothers him now. Chris is the one that didn't have the friends. Oh my gosh. Sometimes he wonders if Shanann and NK knew each other, because he thinks of things that NK is saying now, and he feels dumb, wondering if he's been set up. NK may have had some kind of revenge for Shanann now if she knew him, and maybe she never really loved him. Now he's all torn up about that. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He thinks that, what if that's the case? And he wants to ask the team about Cody. Remember his coworker Cody? And if he had any affairs with NK, and or maybe who else she had an affair with, and wonders if Cody, what was his intent, So he doesn't know now. So now Cody and Troy, you're going to be implicated pretty soon here. Okay, just giving you a heads up on that one. We're still in May. Spoke about how NK's dad advised her, you better sell that truck. Her dad was also at Anadarko. He made a point that she contact the police. Everybody knows that. He did, and he cleaned up her social media. That's not a secret. That he's a very high-ranking Freemason. This whole stuff with the Freemasons is just blown so out of proportion. Okay, there's a ring that NK supposedly told him about, and how it went to a place in Boston. And they went there her father went there for an initiation, okay? And that her dad was really upset because something happened there, and it ended up getting people kicked out and deranked. And that was when people in the organization began to really respect him. And he believes that's where this guy, Peter, I guess this is going to be a new insider. I'm probably getting a call here. Hold on, this is... Jimmy, you're on speaker.
Okay, honey, did you slow down chat?
Oh, no, I have to slow down chat? All right, thanks.
Okay.
All right. Okay, hold on, I got a request to slow down chat. Hang on. Okay. All right, let's slow down the chat. Sorry, guys, sorry I didn't see that. Because I can't see the chat when I'm reading this stuff, but I'll slow it down. I'll try 10.
My tea out there?
All right. How's that now? Good. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this now.
Your tea, sir.
So, yeah, look for somebody named Peter's good if you haven't, because I don't watch this crap, but I don't know, any of you that do, if Peter's made he's going to probably be a new insider. Just to give you a heads up, he's going to be a new insider. And he's not sure, but he thinks his name is Peter, so they might change his name. I don't know. They probably haven't decided on that name yet. And insurance money was a big motivator in this, and... Why does the Rzucek family hate Chris so much when that was asked? And let's see, they started to slander the family, and that the family got a lot of money from donors. And Chris heard this from his parents, who said, great, they got a lot of money and we've got nothing but hate mail. And supposedly the Rzucek family gave some money to the Watts, but they're very resentful. Okay? Chris feels that, it may be that Frank's Sr. had a stake in, the Dirty South, but he wishes that Shanann had given him more info so he knew all about that Dirty South. Let's see. Frankie had some connections, and that took him someplace. Maybe he owed people money. He might have had some people after him, is what they're saying. Chris believes everyone was murdered at different times, and that he never saw Nico. He said he heard the girls scream, especially Bella. And he said that Cece did have something wrong because... and it was because the way Cece was so strong. I think they probably mean that she didn't. I don't know what even that means. It makes him cry because it gets him really upset. Yeah, okay. He said that more people should have been questioned, but because the police had their hands full with NK, they went out to survey often. They liked being isolated, and they would hunt lizards. So Nicole Kessinger was having an affair allegedly with someone named Bob G. That'll be another insider, I guess. Bob G was very powerful. He was always looking at her. And she loved him, loved Bob. He learned about this after he was at Wisconsin, because NK's communicating with him. So she told him this, all about Bob. Now, Kim Kaufman allegedly is a close friend of NK's. And she reached out to his parents on day 2, before the bodies were even found, and she said to Cindy, hey, I can help you. And she's still trying to talk with his mom on a daily basis. Now, allegedly, Lana is the girlfriend of KK and NK.
Well, they all know each other, don't they?
Yeah, pretty well. And allegedly, Lana and NK were in a picture that was framed in NK's house. And where did they meet? They met at a place called Mirror Image, because allegedly Lana was a stakeholder there or had strong ties. Now, Trent Bolt, you remember Trent Bolt? Yeah. Allegedly, he's another one that was later learned to have ties to Kim Kaufman, allegedly NK, and allegedly Lana. And that Amanda, that Tinder date, okay, she's in here too, because allegedly she was trying to join Shanann's Thrive team, okay? And that he learned also from NK, allegedly. And apparently NK and Amanda knew each other, allegedly, from this clothing store that they maybe at one time worked at or shopped at. And guess what? Amanda and Trent allegedly are friends. Okay. Now, the name of a creator shows up here because it said that NK allegedly told Trent about this creator, and that they all used to hang out together at some place called Georgia Boys. And Trent knows this other creator very, very well. And then we get rid of that, and Chris allegedly is very upset because he's having really bad nightmares. Okay, and
He should have nightmares.
he should, yeah. And how could the team help him? Well, he says he needs help remembering, okay, because he can't remember it all, and he needs to find a way so that people know the truth, that he didn't hurt the kids. He cares most that people know that he didn't hurt his family, because he said he failed his family, but not by harming them. And allegedly Pete, Troy, NK, another NK friend, Jim, and 2 others were all at the Lazy Dog. And they had issues meeting up, so they had to go to a few. He says that at least 12 people could go to prison for this, from big involvement in it to small. In Denver, the 4th person is a man, and it's someone that was interviewed by law enforcement. When he was asked if he wanted a trial, he said he does want a trial to clear his name. But he's not so sure about reliving everything and the pain that would cause for himself or the families. And he doesn't know if it would be worth it. He's really undecided about this. He's torn up. If there is a trial, he would testify. He says he'll get on the stand and testify, but he does want a psychological counselor nearby. So he's been taking a lot of notes, and in almost 3 years, he really doesn't trust anyone, but he feels that he can trust this person, allegedly, that he's speaking with. And he's done that because she's been the same since day one. Now, asked where everyone was when Shanann returned home that night, after Nicole Atkinson dropped her off, he said that he was by the window. 2 others were sitting in the chairs in the living room, allegedly, and there was a guy that was right at the door. Bella was in his truck because she said, I want to be with Daddy. So she went walking out and she wouldn't listen to NK. He remembers, now what I'm going to tell you now was already reported on some channel, that NK allegedly smacked Cece. And it made Chris really upset, angry. And so he was just fuming on the drive there because allegedly NK hit her in the face so hard. And it made him see a new side of NK, allegedly. And at night he has flashbacks. And one thing that keeps coming back is that there was wind blowing and rain. And he feels he was drugged because, he said they were doing a few different drugs and he doesn't know what they were. And other than it was injected into him it was in the toes. Okay, so people wouldn't see. And that NK would make it and heat it up. He sounds like a child talking about this, if this is really him, okay? Okay. And she's the one that injected him in the toes. And the few times that happened, they were always with her friends. And the last night, the injection was very different because it really burned and he felt dizzy and he felt his heart pounding. Okay, and when he was driving out there, he felt like a zombie and he doesn't even know how he walked, talked, or functioned. You look pretty good loading that truck up, though, buddy, in the camera. You look pretty good there. You look pretty stable and everything, yeah. He was really worried he was going to crash. Okay. And you looked really good when you came home and you're running around like a lunatic. You didn't look like you were drugged out of your mind either. So let's see. When he got there, he said one guy came over and got Bella, and then he was just told allegedly by NK that they would handle things. He should just stay out of the way. And when he gave the porch interview, you see, this is why this is what he did. Okay. He said he was talking to people there day and night, and he feels he could have saved them by exposing them. So one reason he begged for everyone to come home, he said, go rewatch it and please remind him what's going on because he remembers begging them to come back. He remembers hearing stuff and seeing the sunrise when Bella and Cece were brought up to the tanks. He remembers them screaming. He said that they were smothered on top of the tanks. And he isn't sure if Bella was deceased when they put her in because he thought he heard her scream going in. We know she wasn't because she has nothing in her lungs. So that's another lie. He says it terrifies him because he doesn't know what's reality and what's not. And he can't remember things anymore. And it's really scary. But he was told to drink a lot of things by these people. Poor Chris, he had no control. These people just came in, they're shooting up his toes, they're making him drink this crap. He doesn't remember anything, and he had nothing to do with this at all. Can't even remember how anything happened. Says he doesn't even know what anyone was wearing. He remembers Shanann just screaming and yelling. Really? How come she doesn't have any defensive wounds? If she was screaming and yelling, she was probably fighting back. She wasn't just screaming and yelling. She has no defensive wounds, Chris. Okay. And let's see here. He says at one point they went downstairs and the fighting escalated. You know why he's saying that? Because the trauma dog alerted by the bottom of the stairs. That's why that's being put in. And it got physical in the basement. And allegedly NK kept these drugs in the basement. And he remembers only bits and pieces and doesn't understand why there was no security footage given of this. Come on. Let's see. He says that Nate saw everyone for sure, and he doesn't understand why Nate's not talking. Nate, you're being implicated now. Okay, and just to clear the record, we don't believe any of this, okay? This is not our words. Believes that people are being paid off, but just doesn't know by who or why. Now, he said that Frank once talked to him in private afterwards. Frank, did you talk to him in private afterwards?
To Nate?
No, I think it's just once. Well, it says just once, and wondered about the trash bags.
Oh, yeah, the trash bags that I supposedly went out and burned?
Yeah, he said he explained to Frank that they had to take the trash bags out because that they were heavy.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, dragged out the trash can full of the papers and the book and the clothing. No, that trash was put out for trash. We covered this here. You guys are like missing something. You guys in the audience over there. That trash went out. Remember how upset everybody was? Everything, that book and stuff, went out the next day for the trash pickup. And he says they burned it. So yeah, that's funny, because who's ever writing the script, you might want to go back and watch the Discovery videos, because that's not what happened. But okay, later on, maybe you can do that. He doesn't know where. He said someone searched Survey. Maybe they could have found it if they had only searched, because there's some kind of a shack out there. Okay, guys? And he believes that NK was a part of Aggery, whatever that is. And then Chris says he thinks Shanann stole some money from the wrong person, that they was all a setup. Yeah, okay, that sounds feasible. And this was an attempt to hurt her and the family. Okay. Her family, too. Chris says Frankie Jr. knows this. Frankie Jr., you know this? And that's why he doesn't like Alan. I'd love to get Frankie's response on this. Frankie Jr. knows this, and that's why he doesn't like Alan. And says that's why he wants Alan to shut up, because he's bringing out this truth. I have to get back on that one with him, yeah. Went back to asking about lazy dog cameras. Well, that's also in the Discovery, the lazy dog cameras. Okay, Frankie, yeah, we've got some news, some breaking news on you. That let's see, it's like that Frankie Jr. knows about this, those people that were going to hurt the family because of the money Shanann stole, and that's why that's why you don't like Alan, because Alan's bringing out the truth. That's the real reason, because he's bringing out the truth, and you don't want it to come out.
I don't like Alan because he's a fraud and he's a con artist.
Okay. And then went back to asking about the lazy dog cameras. But that's all in the Discovery, the lazy dog cameras. So that's really funny that he'd go back and ask. You just can read it, Chris. Now he's determined, he has now determined this is all a setup. Okay? So now this is May, and now he's decided this is a complete setup. And, you know, he doesn't even ask anymore if NK loves him, because now he knows that she was just setting him up, or if she wants him. And let's see, he believes that, again, this was set up because Shanann did stuff in North Carolina and at the hospital too, and that NK's cousin was somehow involved in that whole hospital thing. And so it makes it sound like NK was trying to get back and so set this whole thing up. Let's see. It says
and someone... you guys know I was in the mafia?
Yeah, we're all in the mafia, Mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Heather Mary, someone named Heather Mary is NK's roommate, allegedly, and that's confirmed now. Okay, and let's see, he knows that for a fact, and that's factual information according to this non-factual information, allegedly. So this person is working with Nicole to collect all this information and make sure that everyone is on the right track.
Crazy.
And he feels kind of disturbed with the whole thing.
You're a star witness right here.
Yeah, Dieter's going to talk next.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have Kel and Mel. Okay, everybody knows he's saying that they're friends with Jamie. We all knew that. And that Lana and NK and even KK, he believes they were all friends. And he's feeling sick now.
Amen.
And now he feels hopeless because he found out this was a setup, and he's really sorry. And this is now only the beginning of May, okay?
Crazy.
But he's feeling really good about this team, these teams of channels on YouTube. They're going to find the answer, these teams of channels. And he's happy now. He's going to open up more to these teams. Because he's going to answer their questions, and he's going to try to give as much information as possible. Okay, so regarding if he gave the girls any oxy in North Carolina, no, did not, never did. And did try to hurt them at all. No, remember, he did nothing. And was it possible that NK or Jim were in North Carolina? Well, yeah, maybe Jim might have been there. But not NK. Nope, definitely not at all. She was working 100%. 100%, because Cody vouched for that later, and they had a thing that happened at work between Cody and NK. Yeah. Yeah. Who took that doll photo and covered that up? Well, he says Shanann did, and she was just being silly. Yeah, that's what he said. Why did he Google that volcano on August 12th? And he said, well, he thought about living there. He'd like to go live there. It was a place that he had an idea about, and he just decided to Google it and see what the heck is happening. Let's see. Oh, how? Well, then they said, well, how did you know where everybody could be found if you didn't have anything to do with this? And he said, well, he got a message from Jim on a burner phone where the family could be found.
Burner phone.
Where was the
I know
burner
that-
phone? Where was the
this
burner phone in the interview room when you gave him the information? When did he get the information?
Some crazy case when every bit of evidence has been shown. The culprit has admitted to the murder. I've never seen anything like this in my life. With so much evidence shown that CW did it, it just blows my mind. They act like this is some case that's so much hidden evidence when everything's been brought. I've never seen more evidence shared on any case ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It gives these people
No,
a way
they just want to keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah,
going.
because it's popular to them. It's a way for them to make money.
Money, money, money.
Keep it going. Have another season. They should just write based on a true story stuff. If you guys want to write fiction, put some screenplays out. Maybe you want to do
talk about
that.
your own family. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
loosely based.
Yeah, how it feels.
Okay, now Jeremy Lindstrom and Dave Colon, could they be involved in any way? No, that's a hard no on Jeremy. Hard no. You're safe, Jeremy. They're not going to be bringing you into this, okay? And David, well, he has ties with Jim, allegedly. Okay? Okay, and let's see what else we have here. Oh, there was a plan. Was there a plan to blow up your house that you're aware of? Nah, no, I wouldn't never want to hurt people or injure people. I just want to kill my family.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't want to hurt them or injure them, please. Why would anybody think that, Chris? What did you grab from the Lexus when you arrived home? Oh, yep, her ring, he said. And then he put it in the room and then came out and said, here, I found this. And he was also checking other stuff like her jeans. And then again, Peter's brought into this. Peter, he's a friend of NK. Would it happen to be her cousin?
Everyone's related somehow.
Maybe.
Huh?
It might be. It might be her cousin. I don't know. It could be. Could have a tie to NK. Okay. All right. And believe that. Oh, but he could have a tie to work safety. And, he doesn't know. The memory's not coming back real well on that yet. And then more about Karen. That's probably neck brace Karen, guys.
Okay.
That's probably where you're getting the Karen from. But he says he can't really remember. He thinks it's a Thrive associate Karen. No, it's neck brace Karen. I'll just tell you guys. And what can you tell us about Sandy Rzucek? And then so he goes in that, what she has told you. She helped her sister out. She raised her kids. And there's a lot, they're saying there's a lot of criminal activity. Oh, gosh.
There we go.
Yeah. And that he'll reflect more on that when he can organize his thoughts a little better. Okay. And let's see.
That's crazy, isn't it, Susan?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When you drove out there with...
It goes on and on. I think we might have to do 2 parts.
Probably, yeah. When you drove out with Bella, because, apparently, so according to him, he just drove with Bella. That's it. To the site. Okay. Was anyone else in the truck? Nope. Just the 2 of them. Yep. And you didn't know what was going to happen? No, not at all. He didn't know. He had no idea. He didn't know anything. And he was just wanted to keep the kids safe while things were being handled. He didn't know
You're making
anything.
them hungry.
He had no idea
I'm
what was
hungry,
happening.
sorry.
And let's
You
see.
need a ton of candy.
What about, do you have grief over your children? He said, well, I'm very upset. I just don't know how to let this situation spiral out of control so fast. And let's see. He wonders if these people that set this all up knew Shanann or the Rzucek family. And let's see. He says the reason Frankie acts like he does because he's bad, like his cousin. And he says
Yeah,
that they all behave badly, and they think criminal ways is the right way.
Yeah. I told him, I said, $25 to pull my record if you want the truth. Pull it up.
Oh boy, you're teaching those good values, right, Frank? Criminal ways are the right ways.
Yeah, lifelong.
You know, it's just funny with this stuff is so hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's almost comical at this point. You know, it's we've gotten so used to all this crap. It's just, you know, you have no choice but to laugh at it, really.
Yeah,
Because
of course,
the stuff
because
they come up
it's
with is
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
every day something new. Every day. It's crazy.
Oh, and then of course in come the Angel Watts parents who heard rumors about Shanann's criminal connections, you know.
Oh, yeah. She's
And
criminal.
yeah, they always believed them to be false, and just, you know, I'm sure they did, right? Okay, and now he wonders, you know, if the mafia or some gang is involved here. Oh my goodness! And he remembers that Jim had some deeds or titles. Okay, so Jim is now involved at Shanann's desk, and he was finding some deeds and titles over there at the desk, and that's why it was messy. And he believes that maybe something related to this Dirty South company, okay? And he wonders, you know, what about Shanann? What went on with her first husband, and why did they break up? And, you know, why didn't she have any desire to save the marriage? And why did she want to save her marriage with Chris?
80s.
Yeah, somebody's trying to get a lot of information so they can keep going with this story.
Yeah, they need some stories.
They made a ton of rumors.
I'll say one thing. I know I usually don't speak the truth about anything, but I have the fire stick, if anybody's wondering.
Oh, okay. That fire stick that figures into this whole
infamous
thing.
The fire stick that they supposedly talked about in the parking lot that everybody keeps talking about. I wanted to pass that on to that person that I have the fire stick.
Okay. Yeah. Now that'll be in the next thing.
Yeah. Frank has it. He's the murderer now.
Frank is involved with that fire stick, and no wonder he took that back, because it has all the evidence on it.
Twist it now. They want the truth. They need to ask us.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I don't let none of the truth out. I don't tell anybody anything. But that's been one of the things, you know. They worry about a fire stick, and the fire stick is for TV.
Yeah.
And I mean,
come on, people.
But I do have it.
Let's see, and then
and the DNA results, right?
Oh yeah.
And I have DNA results, yeah.
Yeah, that you're not going to give to anybody else. Let's see. He believes that everybody might have been kept alive in a hostage situation, but he can't remember again. He cannot remember if they were how things went bad, because he thinks it was a hostage situation, maybe, and he doesn't understand what kind of drugs were involved, that his memory is so bad. But now listen to this one. Frankie, his girlfriend was a police officer. Remember that nice girl you dated, Frankie, that police officer?
Yeah, I wish.
Remember? She was so nice, wasn't she?
Yeah, she might have been a keeper.
Yeah, the police officer or something. I believe she helped out with that trouble you guys got in with that company, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Everybody helped us with that company.
And that's another reason why Frankie is so angry, because Frankie is just an angry young man. Frankie, very angry. Okay. And this was brought up, and it was mentioned because of Frankie working with Martin and wanting to take down a certain channel. But they believe it all comes from his anger on the police officer girlfriend and all of that. Okay. Maybe we could get the police officer girlfriend here for an interview.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I wonder what her name is.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we could get a fake insider, have her dress up in a little costume. Okay.
I know, but yeah, they have plenty of fake insiders. Why not, right?
Right. So let's see. He wishes he knew more about Shanann's history before they met. And of course, you know, it's all pushed off on, it's not on him. He's absolved of everything. And let's see. About NK's father, he'd like the team to look into that more, okay? And he'd like them to look into Dirty South, that company, more, and he'd like to look into more of Shanann's first husband, and he would like to look into, he believes very strongly that NK was pregnant with his child, and he would like to see if there's any way to petition for full records. I believe he means all of the discovery that they believe is being held at back. And he wants to know about the Agori cult. Okay. And let's see. And now still in May, guys, he's having a really hard time with the Lord. You guys are going to be so upset about this. Oh, Frankie, I don't know how to tell them this. You guys thought Chris was so in with the Lord? Not going well for him now. He's not even going to chapel now. We're going to blow their minds, Frankie, now that he's not going to chapel and stuff.
Boy.
He's not. He's having a hard time with the Lord, guys.
Mr. Religious never been into God in his whole life.
He's not feeling it any longer, guys. I hate to tell you, he's not feeling it, and he wants to, but he can't, and he doesn't understand because he feels like the devil won, and he wants to know if there was a God, why did he allow this temptation to succeed? So he's not feeling it anymore. Sorry, guys. And he believes that Shanann had an ex that she called James or Jim. So now I guess Jim is going to transition to that he was Shanann's ex-boyfriend somewhere along the line. And he's really getting upset about Dirty South. About what, Chris? Okay. He wants to know, what does the team make out with all this? What are they finding? Are they finding this information? Are they sharing it with all the good people out there in YouTube land? How can you guys make videos and ask people for information and get leads for him, please? Because he wants to have his name cleared. And at the very least, he just wants people to know he never hurt one member of his family. No. And he just wants the people that harmed his family to be in prison where they belong and get justice. Okay, and why people have to find NK's vehicle, and they have to find it now. Okay, is there a way to get it traced? He's got to find it and look into those Freemasons, okay, because he thinks there's a cover up there going on. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, I put on a lot of weight.
And then he's very upset that no one in his family called him on his birthday. Mommy and Daddy Watts, you didn't call Chrissy on his birthday? They didn't call him, and he's super emotional, really depressed. He's suicidal over it, guys. And you might know that somebody had something telling you that he tried to commit suicide, right? That was on one of the channels. He's having bad nightmares, no longer going to that chapel because he feels drained, broken. He's broken. And let's see. He never knew.
Piss Mama off.
Yeah, Mama's getting pissed off. Let's see. He's having nightmares, not going to chapel, and
Calling them off.
now he doesn't know who his wife was or what her life was. He wonders if he was just a little pawn in this. He's really minimizing his role in this, isn't he? More. So he says a few months ago
In front of the camera.
that Shanann's first husband wrote him a letter and asked him to explain what happened in their marriage. Yeah, right, okay. Asked him to open up and how much he knew about Shanann's past business affairs. Now, Chris allegedly said he didn't write back, but he'd like to now. But could somebody look him up first to make sure he's safe? And that Jim and NK allegedly have a very long-term relationship for a long time. Wonders how they met and where exactly. Said that Jim was very familiar with North Carolina because they talked about it a lot. And he remembered that Shanann was always worried, really worried about someone named Michael Sanders, if you hear that, insider, and remembers one time that Shanann had a fake email account with the name Carol. Wonders if there's anything that they could look up on that. Could they? I don't know. Shanann used to be obsessed with someone named Matt Key or Keys. They might have dated. He doesn't know. And that NK also knew a Matty Key. So Shanann now and NK might have known each other. Okay? They might even know the same person, and that might connect them. He said some private eye is calling him, trying to talk to him again, sending him letters and a non-disclosure agreement. He really wants to know what happened to Shanann's first house and all the details of that. He wants to put together the pieces of truth, and he believes that Shanann could have been involved with her criminal family, scamming people, and the scam caught up with her, and you know, that's why everything happened, nothing because of Chris. And he would like Jim, NK, Troy, and Cody. Troy and Cody, I'm awfully sorry, but he wants you looked into, okay? And you two, Jim and NK, allegedly, this is what he's saying. I'm not saying it, he is, allegedly. So now the plan was divided, okay? And Cody, now you're implicated heavily in this, and Jim, you were going to take Shanann and the girls to the site, and then you were going to blow up the tanks. And Cody, you figured that Anadarko would have been held liable. And Chris doesn't know how this was supposed to work, though. He has no idea how that was going to work out.
How was Anadarko supposed to be liable for Shannon being up there?
Well, I guess he means the
Why would
explosion.
Shannon be up
I
there?
think he mean, yeah, but I guess he means the explosion. Maybe they would have never found them, and they would have been missing. You know. Let's see.
Yeah.
So he said that Troy said it would be best to just hold them hostage. Okay, Troy, this is great. And maybe, Troy, you should get a cease and desist on these channels and have them stop implicating you in these crimes. You too, Cody, and Kay and Jim. And make it long enough for some type of accident to happen at the batteries. And then Anadarko would have to pay Shanann, possibly Chris, money. And then there would be no deaths, okay, that had to occur. It would just be a hostage situation. And then everybody would receive money in the form of a reward. And NK was the one who formulated the main plan, and that's the one that happened, okay? Because no one can make up their mind. And he said that there was another friend, Shannon, and they did talk, but claims that they stopped talking because she wanted details about NK being at Survey. So I think that there was a Shannon that wrote to him in jail. That's probably what that's about. She started getting mean to him and blamed him, and she began asking too many questions, and then that gave him the idea that Chris was going to blow up everyone. So he stopped talking to her, and he said she's nasty and doesn't like AD. Okay, and then he said that the owner of Survey was good friends with Dwayne, that's NK's father. Now, Troy dug the holes. Troy, you're that's a charge, that's a felony, Troy, that you're implicated for right there. Did they find the shack out there? Okay, because that's where they were held. That's where the hostage situation went on. And then you're not going to believe this one. Detective Baumhover and NK, they're related. He's her uncle. I can't even, how could you even report this with a straight face? I don't even understand this, guys. Okay, and then Baumhover is related to someone named Mark G. Okay, they're cousins or something. Come on. And why was the CBI called in? And his sister once told him that Cadle knew NK from a Midwest marketing event. Maybe they did LuLaRoe together or something, you know. He found out when he spoke to her so openly after the book. Okay. And that he got a call and a happy birthday like 15 days after his birthday. And do you know what his favorite ice cream is? Butter brickle. What kind of flavor is that? They spoke about birthday memories and good stuff. Okay. And I'm really glad because on June, he gave the okay to share all of this information. And whatever info is necessary to make sense of this. There is no sense to be made of this because it's a bunch of nonsense. He wants people to be polite and respectful. He wants this to focus on Dirty South and Shanann's past history and anything that links it to NK. He'd like to focus on Shanann's desk. He'd like to focus on the money, the financials, and provide new information. Sandy? Sandy okay?
Yeah. She's all right.
You okay, Sandy?
No, I'm just, you know what blows my mind is that you've got these creators making a soap opera of my family, and it's just appalling, and it's rude, it's obnoxious,
And it's ridiculous.
It my God in heaven, hell is real, and
But I think everybody will see just how ridiculous this is. I can't see the
God
chat.
They don't go to hell because I don't even think they realize what the hell they're doing to the damage that they're doing to us, because we're still mourning the loss of our family.
Sure.
It's not right.
Right. It's not, this is like, they're just treating this like it's a TV series. Does the chat see how ridiculous this is? Because I can't see the chat. Are they saying this is ridiculous? This stuff here? You know, if you guys would just realize it.
I believe they know where this is coming from and who's speaking this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what page you're on, but I know there's like about 50 pages there. So
yeah, guys, can I just say something? Why, if you see what it does and you see it's all a bunch of crap, why support the people that are doing this? I don't get it. Even the hate watching them.
Because people like drama. They like lies and theories and bull crap. They should open the Bible, man. They should really get close to God. Makes me sick.
This is crazy. See what it's doing? I mean, really, guys, this is, I hope that you guys can see. I can't see the chat, but I hope that you see this is a bunch of crap. Okay, let's see.
what page you on?
I'm on 6-1.
I don't know what page that one was. I know there was 50 pages.
Yeah, I don't even, I think it goes to, I don't know, we'll do a little bit more and then stop, I think. But it's, let's see. He gave the okay to share. We got that. He'd like to focus on all that stuff, and said that, he said some bad stuff about Frank. Oh, Shanann didn't want him around the kids because he's really bad. Yeah, that's okay. That's right. He was around the kids all summer because she didn't want him around the kids. Okay. And let's see. That NK knew about the OSHA laws and says that he thinks the survey site was picked for the OSHA regulations, and mentions Pete again, confirms that it was a family member of Shanann's, strongly suggests that they look into Sandy's dealings. Now Sandy's being implicated. Okay. And let's see here. Sandy, and this is a lie, this is an outright lie, introduced Shanann to her first husband. Well, that didn't happen. And wanted them to work out their marriage. Shanann had no interest in doing that, but never told Chris why. Chris says he finds it very odd now. He swears that Dirty South Company is important somehow because of NK's family. Now NK's family is involved in that.
Yeah, NK's family knows Dirty South now, too.
Yeah. And this Mark G, this guy named Mark G is always trying to get in touch with Chris. He's writing him writing him. And then Anna, she's back in the picture. She's trying to get back to him. And she once told Chris allegedly that Mark G has a close relative in the Frederick PD. Everybody's got relatives in that Frederick PD. Let's see.
This Mark G was that gentleman that they...
Oh, that private investigator guy? What's his name?
Gixby or
Mark Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Yeah, Mark Gillespie. That's okay.
Maybe that's who that is.
Yeah, that's who it is. Okay, yeah. So Mark, he's always trying to get in touch with them, and he's got a close relative in the Frederick PD there. And Chris really happy now that this is all going public. So this must make Chris very happy tonight. And, he wants this to get out there. He wants people to see this, and he wants people to hear this so that you guys can all help with this, okay? He doesn't know who Dave is, but he's really happy and likes the way he sounds. He sounds like he's from Australia. Oh, I think I did. That's okay. Yeah. And it's funny that he knows him because I don't think he's supposed to be watching YouTube. He'd like to have, so he's now giving input on the kind of topics he'd like addressed. So it's OSHA regulations and violations at Anadarko. He'd like to find out who could have stopped the crime. See, he's giving everybody else is at fault. Who could have stopped the crime at Survey? And then the messy desk and the business affairs, because that has something to do, and the Dirty South and the family affairs. And he'd like to know more about what Shanann did there, and a high emphasis on how she bought that house. Okay? And then NK's truck. Got to find it. Find it. We need it. It's a big, big factor in this, okay? And the Shanann's first marriage, please, you got to find out why she never wanted to have background checks done. Okay? And let's see. Oh, that Sandy favored Frankie and babied him. Yeah, okay. And never saw an issue with what Frankie did. Okay, and that was always a point of contention. Let's see. Frankie's very close with his cousins, and according to Chris, they're all trouble. Okay. Chris eventually would like to know why the security camera footage was not all released. Okay. And he'd like to know more about Nate's own camera. Okay. Because there's a lot of questions about why Nicole Atkinson, when she arrived that morning, because Chris is under the impression that she may have caused cross paths with NK, and that maybe Nicole Atkinson would be willing to do anything for Shanann. So if she was willing to do anything for Shanann, why would she keep it hidden that your mistress was coming out of your house? Does that even make sense? Okay, that doesn't even make sense. Okay. Let's see. He would like a heavy focus on what people believe about NK. So it sounds like Chris is writing this. He's probably reading these books in prison. And if this is him talking, he is writing essentially screenplays from prison, which would also, Chris, make you a partner in all of this money. So I guess you could you could start paying off your lawsuit damages. Okay. Let's see. Can we do a little more, little by little, of Chris with this? Okay, now they're talking. I strongly believe the Freemasons help. Believe Anna Darko sponsored many community things, and the Freemasons are involved there. Okay, why was this allowed? Why was everything allowed? Let's see. He doesn't know who harmed the girls. He just knows that he didn't. And Lana's talking to his dad. Sometimes she talks to his dad, and he found out that Lana and KK are talking behind the scenes, and they're trying to turn people against one another. Something to do with nude pictures. He thinks it's very annoying. And Lana's been asking if he talks to others. His father is getting pushy about it. His father's afraid that the ones keeping the truth away will harm him. And he believes his dad will deny a lot of stuff. He believes his dad's still going to go after that 35C with Lana, and that Lana is trying to use her mock trial, he knows about the mock trial, as a way to sway legal representation. Now, he never, ever, ever wants Shanann thrown under the bus or disrespected. He loves her too much and doesn't want people to think bad of her. He cares a lot about what people have to say about her. And let's see, he doesn't want to know about her. He doesn't want to know about her past. He does want to know about her past, but in a very respectful way. And he'd love to have the team talk with her friends and family and ex-husband and all that. Frank, you ready to do an interview with them?
Nobody's going to do an interview with any of them.
Yeah, okay.
Like he was just asking all these questions about her, but then at the end over here, he's talking about don't throw her under the bus. So,
right, and he wonders if Nicole Atkinson will talk to the team. I give a hard no on that one. I just get tired. Yeah, he's still really upset about that doorbell cam footage and Nate's. He doesn't know where it could be, and why didn't they give it to him? He says that NK's truck did have a white shell on it, a hard cover. She would remove it sometimes during heavy storms. Let's see. Because of a leak, it had a crack on the side, too. And KK...
Why would you remove a cap on your truck because it's got a leak in it for?
Yeah, and I believe she had a Toyota 4Runner, and that doesn't have a cap. Okay, because I had a 4Runner. It doesn't have a cap. So that's all a lie. Frank Sr. has written him, telling him to leave his family alone, not to talk to anyone. Frank, is that true?
Never wrote Chris in my life.
Okay. He doesn't like that mock trial, Lana. He doesn't like it. He heard from a ton of people who are not a fan of it either. He doesn't understand it. Why are you doing that? He said. And he says hello to the whole team, and that he's praying for insight and truth. He's in really good spirits now. He says hi to everybody. He wonders, again, what it would be like to have a little boy. He believes he's in the beginning process of his grieving for his kids. The reality of never being able to see his kids drive, graduate from high school, or live on their own is really bothering him. And he wants to know why Shanann changed the cell phone PIN number. Again, he questions, where is her phone? What was recovered from her phone? And did she know about NK? He said that Shanann did have a fling when she first entered Thrive, and her parents knew about this. True, Frank?
Nope.
Okay. It was a one-night stand, and no one outside of her mother and father knew about this.
No.
No. Okay. It was on one of the trips. It was with a male thriver, and she immediately told him about it, and they never fought about it. Not at all. It was never an issue, Chris says. This is such a lie. Never an issue, right? Never an issue, yeah.
My daughter would never do that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my gosh. And it never bothered him up until right now. Oh, my gosh, this is so stupid. Oh, my gosh. And he wants to know why doesn't anyone want justice? He wants to know, and he wants to know that why is Shanann's family so angry? He wants to know why you guys are so angry, okay? And why wouldn't you guys want to see anyone else that's involved arrested? He wants to know that. And he believes it's because of Sandy's side of the family, and they might have had connections, and they're always bossy, very bossy, and corrupt. So stupid. Oh my gosh. Shanann's family, again, all about crime and bad things, but no, your family, they're just trying to deflect off you being a murderer, a mass murderer, Chris, huh? Okay. Let's see here. And he said he had to let it go because he hated the fighting. He had just to let it go. Let's see. He received another letter from Frank, and you never wrote to him, not even once, right?
Never wrote to Chris.
Okay. Telling him to leave his family alone. Very angry letters. And also saying that he must always be admitting that he's Nico's father.
Never wrote Chris.
No. So he said that Chris said he believes he is, but he does a quiet job. How fast it did happen because he finds out that it happened very fast to conceive Nico, not as long as it took with the girls, but that's because he said that Nico was there to save the family. He strongly believes that NK has his child. Can somebody find that out? And he wants to know her new name. He doesn't feel the need to go to chapel because he's emotionally drained and he just can't do it anymore. So I'm so sorry, you guys that said he's a man of God and stuff. He's not anymore. Okay. Let's see. So he really doesn't understand, again, why is Shanann's family so angry towards people like AD and the other channels. He doesn't know that. He wants to know. And he wants to know how much you guys got paid for your interviews, your TV shows, your Netflix, and all of that. And that you got insurance money. He wants to know if you could find out the exact amount and would like all the documents sent to him. Okay. He said he's really upset that he and his family never saw anything about where items went from the house. And that's a lie, too. Because you asked him and what he wanted, right? And he took jerseys and trophies and...
The stuff in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris knows exactly what happened with stuff in the house.
Right.
And so does his family.
Right. And let's see. And then he had to go because, yes, he cooks meals now at the prison. So let's see. He loves his new job in the kitchen, and he's plating items. He does inventory, and he helps with organizing. So he's really liking that. He's really upset. There was some betrayal in the YouTube channels. I'm not going to give the name, but one girl betrayed another one. He was really upset that girl betrayed that other one. And he said, don't let anyone else in on the team. Don't let them on. And let's see. And I'm not going to give the names of these people on the team, but he believes that NK had friend connections with people in North Carolina and South Carolina, including his sister, but he isn't sure. He said this is so much bigger. He feels like he never knew his wife or his family, and He questions if he even knew himself and if Shanann ever really loved him or if NK really loved him. Now listen to this one. He's questioning the paternity of Cece. This is crazy. He says that's something that really bothered him a lot. He believes that Kim Kaufman used to go to the house for Thrive parties. Yeah. And let's see. Which lazy dog they went to the Erie lazy dog.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Just keep reminding them that this is all written by the YouTubers.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's. I'm sure everybody in the chat is probably laughing at this. Let's see. Why did you ask law enforcement if they checked the pipes at your house? He said because he just thought somebody was going to tamper with them and blow that house up, or maybe a gas leak. Okay.
Well, I mean, I know we can't say people's names out there, but if anybody's been watching YouTube out there, they can pretty much figure out where this stuff's probably coming from.
Yeah, if they're watching this stuff, yeah, all right. And then somebody asked him if Cody made the house, could make that leak happen, and he said no. Cody, you're free of that one. Let's see. Did Jamie ever know NK? He said he thinks so, but he's not positive. And
Well, this NK person knows everybody, don't she?
I know, she does. She gets around. Jamie lived her own life, he said, and, she's always been kind of secretive. Throwing you under the bus, Jamie, there. What kind of truck did NK have? Dodge, gray. She also had a Toyota she would drive, but it wasn't a truck. Yes, it was. It was a Toyota 4Runner. Truck or SUV there. He said there was also an Anadarko truck that she would use once in a while, and that should have been a Ford. That's not true. I don't believe that's true. Let's see. It says... Oh, he wants to talk about that Chris guy, the Miller guy, why his DNA wasn't tested, and know more about a New Orleans trip. Said Nicole Atkinson was a good friend, and she's innocent. Okay, Nicole, you're innocent. Good. But does wonder if she was spying on him indirectly. Were you spying on Chris? Wonders why Sandy called the school. He heard that many people said Sandy called Primrose before he did. Sandy's going to come flying through that door in just a minute. Said they weren't going, and told before he did it to say they weren't going back. Why would she do this? Can we confirm this? She never called before. Why would she call the school?
Because she was looking for the girls.
Right, yeah. Wonders about the law and marriage. Sandy signed something for Chris and Shanann, a marriage license maybe. He thought it was for a witness, but now he wonders if there's more. He really questions if he ever knew his wife. He's really upset about this. Let's see. Sandy really didn't like Chris's parents, especially his mom. She was very vocal about her feelings towards Chris's mom, even in front of him. And he finds this as a red flag now.
There's a lot of stories I can tell you.
I know. And Sandy's I find that door's going to come right off the hinges in a minute. Okay.
None of these people need to know the truth about anything.
No, but I just like, oh my gosh.
And
okay.
they're freaking out because they don't know the truth and they want the truth.
Right.
But I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to take that to my grave. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
So let's see. An outside source confirmed that Alan released information, and Chris does want that info out, but he says, do it slow, so people can absorb it, so they can truly help. Really? You sure that's not just to have more episodes? And no, he said, no, it's so they really can understand the information, because this is his life, and it's really hard for him to even understand it, so how could other people just understand it? He found out about this girl's Facebook, and that she's posting about her saying that he answered her questions. He's a bit upset because he said he is not a claim to fame. Stop claiming, Chris, for fame, please. Because he's a person with feelings and emotions, all right? And he said he does good with he knows I do, the person that's talking to him says, Chris knows I do good with the YouTube money, and I'm not someone twisting what he says. His spirits are very good. He believes Jim's watching AD. Doesn't know how to explain this, but he just has a feeling that Jim's watching it. He could be mistaken, but he strongly believes it. Do you think Anadarko they closed so quickly? Did it have anything to do? And he says, yeah, he's positive of it. He says the investors at Anadarko, he's embarrassed that Anadarko, and this was a big case in a small town with oil money, oil masters running the show. Anadarko pays a lot of taxes and has a lot of weight in Colorado. What happened in that parking lot with Troy? An argument, sort of? Yeah. It was related to NK, and it makes him really angry to think about it. It was a really deep discussion. Okay? And NK was the one that was trying to get into Shanann's phone. Yeah. Or Jim. Could have been her or Jim. What about the sheet? And he says, I don't know. I never saw the sheet. Let's see. Answered. Doing the damage. I don't know what that is. Is her stepmom related to the truck? That's NK's stepmom. He said, I don't know. Maybe she is. I know she has strong family ties and with lots of politicians and police officers. He went on to say how her father has strong ties in those Freemasons, and a lot of the executives in Anadarko, they're all Freemasons. Well, Chris, I'll give you something. A lot of business people are Freemasons, and that doesn't mean they're out there murdering or participating in murders. And local Colorado politicians and law enforcement. And he said his father paid a private detective to investigate more into that. And it was not a secret about the Freemasons. Nope. They had meetings. No, they're not secret meetings, Chris. It's like a Rotary Club. Let's see. And you said Cece was hurt. What do you mean? He said she wasn't right anymore. Something with the way she was functioning. Why did you plead guilty so quickly? He said when you lose everything at the hands of someone else, you know you're next. And you know, it's whatever you have left is next. So the reality is the nightmare. No one believes you. No one helps you. He doesn't think all the police interrogation is there. And he can't say why, but he says something his dad mentioned to him that wasn't on there in the room with Coder and Tammy Lee, and no one ever saw it being released to the public. He wants to know what happened again to all of the items in his house, who manages the house now, and let's see. He said that some YouTube video how does he know this? He can't watch YouTube. That friends of his said that some people were present inside the house once. That was your defense team, Chris. And the YouTube video showed this. He'd like to know who it was, what they were doing there.
No, there was one video out there of someone in the house, and it was the bank was in
that lady, September lady.
No, that was the bank was in the house.
Oh, the bank.
Somebody was up at the house. Yeah, the bank was in the house.
Okay.
And somebody went up to the house and seen him in there.
Okay. All right. And he wants to know why the Rzucek family sued him. Because you killed their family, Chris. It's a wrongful death suit. That's what happens when you kill people's family. This guy, he's a little dense.
Well, you see, people think this. I keep calling him Chris, but the evil man is all that stupid. He's not a stupid man.
Mm-mm. He's acting like a little baby. He's acting like a little baby.
These people that are saying this don't understand Chris. They don't understand the man. The man does remember things. Yes, when they did call him the Rain Man, yes, he does remember things. He remembers a lot of things. And these people just keep wanting to get answers and get all this stuff done. And I'm sorry, but you're never going to get the answers from me. And I know all your answers. I know all your questions, and I know all your answers. But you're not going to get them. So keep asking, because you're not going to get nothing from me. Except that I got the fire stick.
Yeah. He doesn't know why that you guys did this, and it put a lien on his finances, and that he has to, that you make it a point to collect a % of his wages every month. He said that Chrissy is going to be on lifetime, and he wants to know why. And what's she going to say? Well, it's on the 25th, Chris, and it's going to be a cellmate thing, and I think it's Angie Harmon that's the host of that.
Carolyn, hang on. Carolyn,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Someone's asking in there, do we believe that Chris told the truth when they went out to Wisconsin? Absolutely, 100% yes.
Okay. So let's see. He opened up about this Dylan guy, and Dylan's opening up all over YouTube, right? So you know all that. He made it a point that he would go hard after David, and said that Chris said Dylan is bad, and that he used and abused him in many ways. Boy, that sounds like maybe they had a relationship. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, he wants to understand the current situation of the house, and he wants to know why there's no camera footage. Well, that's because the cameras were broken, Chris. They went back and they asked, and the cameras were not on, or they were not functioning. Okay, he can't find it in the discovery. It is in the discovery, Chris. Let's see. He can't find where they interviewed people at the Lazy Dog. Well, then you're not reading your discovery very well. You should have followed along with us. Let's see. He's not understanding why incomplete aspects. They're not incomplete. It's in there, Chris. We went over it. And can someone confirm that Shanann's plane did really come in late? He wants to know all he can about NK. He's very bothered, wonders how much of this is about him and how much is really, did she do this because of Shanann and her family? He said he knows that Sandy's family is full of criminals. Again, she's going to take that door right off the hinges in a minute. And I'm going to laugh at this because it's so stupid. And he just thinks more and more he may have married a criminal family. I'm sorry, this is so stupid. He thinks Shanann wanted to be straight-laced, but she was already in too deep, and she knew too much. Yeah, okay, that's exactly right, yeah. When asked about, let's see, his 401k, the money that he gave to Shanann, where did it go? He says he doesn't know for sure. He has no idea. Things went to HOA. He doesn't know, but he believes it went to her mother, and he wanted to explain, but he ran out of time. And let's see. Anthony Brown wants to know whatever happened to him, and that's his older coworker. He says he was a big poker player. He thinks he might have had friends in a poker ring, possibly. You're getting in, Anthony. Yeah, you're getting indicated too in this. The poker ring was kind of a big deal. Okay, lots of Anadarko people would play. It was connected to the Freemasons. And who went to it? That's got to be investigated. Everybody wants to know where are all these coworkers and all the friends now. And
maybe the poker player should ask.
Suggest that my channel does some looking into the various cases of setup corruption, law enforcement corruption, wants to do a tour of what's what in Frederick, Colorado. Well, he's orchestrating all these. He's like a consultant for the YouTube channels now. Wow. Yeah. He thinks that this person with the T could be very useful for this. And he thinks that there should be, that they should visit. Oh, here's where they should visit. The Shining Lotus store in Denver. That's a good place. And because NK went there a lot. And put sage in the backyard of his house. Could someone go there and put some sage in the backyard, please? Someone? And he thinks that traffic cameras should have had information. And then could somebody visit the apartment 612 where NK lived? A lot of people did that, Chris, already. You might want to consult on the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's already been done. That's old news. Okay. Now, wants to know what about the house and the contents. What did you guys do with it? Can we find out how much they made in Netflix? Can we find out that he should have, he says you should have gone to the game. Also wants to find out about that flight. He wants to talk about Shanann's underwear because she didn't wear thongs when she was pregnant. Somebody set that up. Maybe they could do a test of how long it would take to dig a hole and the size of the hole. We tried to do that, Chris, but you couldn't do it. But you know that. Who did he say dug the hole? He said, not Cody, the other guy, Troy. Okay, and he needs to know about the insects or plants around in the area. And he's not talking with anyone on YouTube, just her and the guy with the D and the AD. And he's in a really good mood. And he says that he had many people write him, and he believes that Cadel is telling people things about him. And he's really bothered by you, Cadel. He's very bothered. He says he knows who somebody with the name of entertainer that begins with C is, because there's a guy who calls himself something PB. I'll just do that. And he writes claiming to know Stephen Avery. He likes to listen to a few songs, and one song that makes him think of the whole thing is One Thing by Finger 11 and Hoobastank, The Reason. And he likes to associate music to his life, Mad Hatter, NK read energy codes, and she could figure out the energy codes. Please inform everyone that he's sorry, and he wants to understand everything. Law enforcement might have covered this all up because of money. What could be done now? What could be done? Wants to know who found out about the shadow video and how. And can we have this explained?
Isn't that something that had to come up?
And wait, listen to this one. Can it be explained step by step like that hasn't been done?
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, really wishes people would look at what the children ate. And did the autopsy confirm that Shanann had a scar? And there's a rumor that his dad mentioned that's been on his mind about the neck surgery. He's really concerned and said that her organs might have been missing. They weren't, Chris. And that's in the Discovery too. And wants to know why and how. Well, you don't have to worry about that, Chris, because they're not missing. And why wasn't anyone questioned? Well, nothing was missing, Chris. Okay. He says hello to everyone. He hopes everyone is blessed. He's been praying for everyone on these teams. And he wanted to tell this person, some person from the team was going to go to the house to please put that sage in the backyard along with an origami heart. And he wishes he could see the videos on YouTube and the thumbnails. Let's see. He has someone named KG to help support the...
From any other tree victims.
What's the matter? Okay. And let's see. He believes Sandy is out to get him. She's going to come through there. And let's see. It's he believes that the Rzucek family was paid off by Anadarko. And he will die a free man, is what he wants, with a cleared name. Then he talks about that pilot guy that has all those alien theories, there was a visit out there. I don't know what he feels very connected to them. He's very grateful. He has concerns about his mom, that she's not eating right. He thinks he may be diabetic. He needs to get tested. And Shanann did tell him that she hoped Nico would look like Frankie Jr., wants everyone on the team to wear puka shells as a sign of connection. And he was sad and cried about the girls, but talked a lot about the YouTube teams. And guess what? He's not going to chapel, but he's beginning sex therapy and sex addiction therapy. So, yeah, that's good news for him, I guess. He's really excited. But now that good mood didn't last, because in the mid-June, he's livid. He's livid right now, June 10th. He's really mad. He's mad that something that it happened is being put out there, and he's mad because someone recorded him without his knowledge. He feels worthless, and as though no one trusts him, and he doesn't trust anybody. Okay? He's really mad because this is something he wanted to do with this one creator, and he feels that she has no true desire for him and manipulated this whole thing. Okay? So now everyone is questioning everyone, and everyone is upset. And he said that he thinks this was all recorded that day that 35C was canceled because he had called her and he was quite upset. And now he's in fear that he will either be brought back to Colorado or Epsteined. And he believes heavily that law enforcement is already aware of everything and they don't care. And they're all part of the cover-up. And he says he wants the YouTube team to go hard and fast as they can, and to put it all out there and support those creators and get attention to that. and there will be change and justice. He says his love is worthless mess anyway, and at the very least, he can start that so that people will know. He likes the spirit box idea because he's a big believer in that now, and the dead communicate, and he says it's time for change, and he's very emotional and upset, and he plans to call again. And he thanks the team. He says he needs to know more than ever that it's going well, and he discussed moving forward. He would like the following to happen ASAP. He wants AD to immediately focus on insurance benefits, a home lien, and why the Rzucek family has sued him like they have. He'd like this other creator to continue the focus on NK and heavy issues with money, the Dirty South money, Jim and Dave Colon. He says he's never going to forget about Jim, and he wants this other channel to focus a little bit of everything, to keep the buzz going. He's unsure whom he would like to discuss this, but immediately wants people to know that Lana and KK have had a lot of stuff orchestrated, and he thinks that maybe one of these other creators can look into this. And one thing KK was always telling Chris was that one creator, AD, was a threat. And he's aware of the shadow from the garage because NK brought it to his attention, and he says, please focus more on this and expose it. He wants NK to be a heavy presence in every video, and he believes the time has come. He said he's ready for her, and he wants it focused on the drugs and the lifestyle that she had and her culture, so to speak. Said that he loves everyone for supporting him, and it's very meaningful, and he hopes the truth will be seen very soon. He said Lana's been after his family really badly, and she's determined to file this 35C. Chris spoke with his dad allegedly. His dad's very upset and stressed. Lana's been telling his dad how this lady with an N and this M and M girls have, he's listed a lot of girls who are going after him. His father is very upset about the association, and Lana allegedly tempted his father with sexual things. And Chris asked things about whatnot about Lana and KK, and said that these two male creators need to be cautious of Lana because he thinks Lana will come after them because she is very much afraid and intimidated by men. And he said he's ready. He said, let's do this. He said that AD needs to be ready to talk and be informed that he knows for a fact that Shanann's past is not good, and everything is related to that. And let's see, he received 7 letters from David, and he said they were just David rambling about nonsense. And he received 2 letters from Larry, who says he has the same handwriting as someone who stated their name was Tom Greenland, claiming to be a lawyer. And his mood is not good. He's very upset. He's crying bad, feels betrayed, he's heartbroken. Says he doesn't know who to trust anymore. Everyone in this life, except for this person and 2 others, are out to get him, prove something, or turn this against him. He feels really hurt. Says Kim G just is a user and abuser. And he still is very much associated with, that person is very much associated with KK and Lana. And he's sure that Lana's controlling things from behind the scenes. He knows it's going to go bad. Lana's taunting her father about big news and laughing. Chris is very upset. He feels so upset he just can't get over this. He's going over ideas on who's behind this and why. And he doesn't want to have this person as a loss. He doesn't want to lose her as a friend, and he worries that someone will keep her from being able to change their opinion of him. And then the Rzucek family, he knows they're working with Sony Pictures for another Netflix movie. Yeah, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
They'll be there tomorrow for some pre-interviews. Yeah. And he feels so upset about this. He doesn't get why they have to do this. And why do people have to be quiet in some media outlets, but they can talk like nothing, and they can do it without any issues. He's very bothered and upset about all that. And he's going to go to bed early. Okay? And he sends love to everyone. And let's see, he's very angry again on the 12th, says people who've never spoke with him, they don't understand the context of what's being said, and he believes Kim is sabotaging him. He doesn't understand why. He feels that she may be working with a channel with a U or Anna. He's devastated and says the clip's being taken out of context, and he explains that the rest of the call is asking how he doesn't remember and why he feels guilty. He says he feels he did it because he failed as a husband and a father, and look what happened, and this affair. But he doesn't mean that. He means in his heart he feels like he did it, but not that he really did it, he said. He began screaming and yelling. He said he's torn, he's devastated, and a guard yelled at him to calm down. He's very upset, and he believes he's being set up, but he doesn't know why. And why did someone reach out to Dave? Is it because she knew I spoke with him? Because she knew I believed in Chris's innocence? He said he feels like a lost soul. That's why he's not going to chapel. He did not speak to Dylan, and he doesn't care anything about Dylan. He feels like his heart is ripped out, and he says that she is Judas. And let's see, he said that he's really down. Kim G's been a plant from the start. He says, I just don't have anything to live for. And then he said, I hope people are real happy. He cried and said, I don't know what it's like to be hated and talked about. He calmed down and then explained the hate and the BS that he gets about someone named Brittany, and this calmed down, but he's not good. He thinks Anna is behind all this as revenge. He said Anna is friends with someone named Vanessa and was desperate, like super desperate. Kim G liked everything he liked, from movies to TV to sports. He flushed the pictures down the toilet and ripped up all of her letters. Kim G, they're all gone. He reflected on how he thinks Anna did this to hurt him, and he thinks it's all out of revenge. He's devastated and thinks he's stupid and that no one ever loves him, and he went on a rant about being used, and that's the end.
Give me a break.
Now, let's see what the chat is saying here. Are you guys believing this? Well, there's your content for now. They'll say that wasn't our content. We'll rewrite it. That was all lies. Let's see. My chat's got to catch up here. Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you guys buy any of this? Do you watch these channels? Do you hear any of the stuff that was there? What's going on? Lies. Perla says lies, yeah.
Are you still taking Thrive, Frank? I think you should show them the black patch, the vitamin B12. I think you should show them Lavelle, Frank. Let them know that you still take it. Show them that's B12. They're so stupid.
Yes, they want to know I'm on the bell. I am on the bell.
It hasn't made you. It doesn't make you feel
I
like.
take it every single day for the last 6 years or so. I think it was 6 years.
And you don't feel very angry?
No, I feel very good.
Okay. Because that's what the Lifetime movie said.
Everybody, you don't believe me? I take it. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. And
nobody buys any of the lies. Let's see. No, all lies. Do you think we can lift Chris' spirits by sending Veselin?
Yeah.
No, all lies. Hell no, absolutely fantasy. Lies, lies, lies. Poop, poop, poop. Yeah, those are good. This is, literally, does he understand that no one cares what he thinks? Yeah, right. The case is closed, right? They're making up big lies for money, right? Let's see. NK couldn't make of him.
These channels know, well, these channels, but there's one channel that knows exactly what we're talking about tonight.
Right, yeah.
And they're going to be very upset that all this stuff is out now because now they have nothing to talk about.
Let me say the Rzuceks have been a class act through the whole thing. I have mad respect for them. Let's see. Yes, I watch them report but get nowhere. Complete fantasy land. We know
no, YouTube doesn't do anything about reporting.
Lies, lies, lies.
I don't know if you people all knew about it, but there were people that, friends of ours, that went out to London and fought with YouTube out there.
Right, right.
And went to Google. I don't know if you saw it, but it's on Grimm's Cafe, and you can watch it. They went out to London to fight for us because YouTube doesn't do anything to support anything that they say they do, they don't do.
So Scooter said, Frank, tell everybody what to do.
That's something up to Frankie there. I don't know. I've been involved in it, but what do you think, Frank? Come here.
I haven't caught up with you yet.
High sensible crime.
I was
There's no
speaking to them about the people that went to London to fight for us, and they asked, "What can they do?"
What, the mafia?
No, Grimm's Cafe.
What do you mean? Oh, what can who do?
What can they do?
They said, tell us what to do. What can they do? help.
Well, I mean, save whatever you reported, save it, and I mean, when YouTube sends you a message saying, "Oh, it doesn't go against their rules and regulations," save it, screenshot it, and I'll give it to my lawyer because I'm going after YouTube and the rest of these people I don't want to mention on here, but yeah, we're going after YouTube for allowing these people to do this for so long, and
It was
save everything.
Grimm's Cafe, right?
Grim Reaper Cafe.
Grim Reaper Cafe. You can watch the video they did in London for us.
Oh, and I have to just clear one other thing up because somebody sent me something before I came on. Said, "What the heck is this?" Someone named Jilly No Drama on that creator that's been harassing me. She's been claiming she knows the Rzucek family and she's taking care of them. They don't know who this person is.
Don't
So
know
Jilly
that
No
person
Drama.
at all.
Yeah, there's so many people that say they know us.
Yeah, Jilly No Drama. You've got some drama.
She's got no drama. She must be having her own drama.
Yeah, you got
We
some
don't
drama
know.
because they don't know you. Okay, and start tweeting YouTube, Christy Love says. Okay, these three ladies were amazing. Who's that, Ginger Spice? It's like bad neighbors who move in and out. Big love to the Rzuceks. You outclass the gossip spreaders. Okay, let's have some creators you can include. Frankie Jr. Report the sick channels doing this and support the truth channels. Let's see. Sandra, call me. Who's that? Please give us the names of the channels so we can mass report them. There any of the channels, any channels that are saying the case is still open, and just any channels that are saying breaking news. Those are
Breaking
the channels
news,
that are
conspiracy
lying. There's none.
theories.
Conspiracy theories, yeah.
I mean, you just punch in my daughter's name or Chris's name, and you're going to find all these channels. I'm not going to give these channels on
Right.
over
No,
the
it's just
internet.
it's just anybody that's saying that, you know, oh, we got breaking news, we found this, we found it's not true. Let's see. Okay, go to the Grim Reaper Cafe. The brewer needs to know. Okay, that's good. Julia Gulia. No, Marianne, they're just you. All you have to do is you would just see. It's really easy because they're like the only people that sit there and discuss the case day after day after day after day. And why, you know, I mean, hey, Carol Lucy, she's been after AD since July of 2019. We officially changed his name to Chris Watts. Rzucek family love. You guys got a lot of love in here. Sorry, Cher says, please unsubscribe to those channels and don't watch. Yeah. Do you understand? Even when you hate watch, you're giving them numbers and you're giving them an incentive to keep doing it. That's it. You've just got to back away. Let's see. Move over, Satan. Sandy's here. Yeah. Let's see. Rzuceks are really upstanding, wonderful people. Terrible they have to endure all this. Let's see. You can report them. YouTube must do something.
It's a shame you got to take money out of your pocket to go after someone because YouTube don't do nothing.
Right, and they
but
should.
I guarantee if this happened to somebody in YouTube's family, these creators would not even have a second to talk about them because they'd be shut down. They wouldn't even give them a time of day to tell them why they shut them down either. They would just not even answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Criminals are not celebrities. Disgusting. Right. Yeah.
And we're not the only family that's out there going through this. There's other people that are going through this.
Right, yeah. Devon's, Bianca Devon's mother came in. It's terrible. A lot of vulnerable individuals, and they don't take care of it. They don't take care of it. They don't do anything. You can't even contact them. Let's see. Misty, if you want to say, you could send me an email, and I can let Sandy know whatever you want. Let's see. Stopped a few years ago. Okay. Let's see. Make some noise, Snow Remover said. Chris Watts is not a victim. What if you copyrighted their names? Poor Frank Sr. looks tired. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. Carolyn, hi there, Lori Coley. Okay,
That's because I ate all my chocolate. See, when I eat chocolate, I get tired.
Yeah, I know. Sandy said that. I can't believe that. Usually gives you a pick-me-up. Yeah, Suzanne's Morpheus family are going through it too. Yeah, it's a shame. Hi, Alicia. Purple Passion. Please send my love and prayers to the Rzucek family. You just did. Chris Watts is a monster. Cara Lucy said of the subs that support these scam artists. Right, exactly. And hate watching accounts, and
Carolyn,
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing to everybody. You just can't even imagine what we have been through. And, the first year we were numb. The second year we were numb and angry. And the third year we're just still in disbelief, anger, and despair. And we try to keep ourselves busy so our mind is someplace else instead of crying all day long. And when you have these morons, God forgive me, but these morons reaching in your pocket and stealing your money for lies and deceit, we just couldn't take it anymore. We had to come on your show to let people know that they're being taken. And if they want to continue getting their money taken out of their pocket, then so be it.
Yeah, because it's like watching a fictional thing now, because anything you're going to watch is not real. So if you're over there going, yeah, it's all fake now, and maybe you see that it's all fake now, and understand that it's not real. It's not real.
Remember, this is what we think of every day, of every minute, of every hour.
Yeah.
This is our family. Okay, this is our family, and we're begging you to stop the BS. For the love of God, stop.
Yeah. Stop letting them exploit it like this. It's not even true. They're not facts that they're discussing. This is all being made up.
Yep. To take money out of their pockets.
Yeah, why would you want to do? I don't understand that. There's
It's
so many
spend-
cases
spend-
you can help people. There's so many people like Bianca's mother that's trying to get Los Pez or try to solve these crimes that is going on now. This woman is missing in California. There's kids missing all over. Put your time and energy into cases where you can make a difference.
Yes, yes.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I honestly think every day, I think, when I die and take my last breath and I stand before God himself, I want him to be so proud of me, and I know I've said this 1,000 times. I'll say it to the last breath I take. I want God to smile when he sees me and say, good job, Sandy. You did this, you did that. My God, I just can't even fathom talking crap about people and wasting my time and my energy. That's wrong. It's a sin, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just praying that people wake up and realize that they're being taken.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many cases that you can really help with. If you want to be like a sleuth or something, my gosh, there's so many ways you can help. Cases that are right there. How can you go on? Yeah, right. See, Lami says, how can you keep doing it and supporting them when you listen to the family?
You can go on, anybody can go on any site right now, like St. Jude, ASPCA, it's $20 a month to save animals. I mean, feed children. There's so many organizations.
I know, and then people are throwing money out for a billboard that's not going to ever be put up there.
Yeah, I like to know where that money went.
right? And at least if you support channels that are doing good things, that's one thing. But what if they're just doing fake stuff? Why do you want to support that? I don't get it unless you like fake stuff.
I like the drama.
Yeah.
The drama. It's like a soap opera.
But then have it said it's a soap opera. We're I mean, just if it's not that it's real. It's not
Yeah,
real.
these are real human beings. We are real people.
Yeah.
Taking my candy away?
Taking all your wrappers away, Frank. You ate too much candy.
Thank you.
Frank's eating too much candy. I didn't buy it, he did.
Posting it. Yeah, the ghost boxes. Yeah, Sandy said she doesn't like the ghost boxes. That's always twisted too. So
So listen, I'm gonna go buy a CB set tomorrow.
CP.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a CB set, and I'm gonna channel in stuff in the air and make you believe that I'm talking to my daughter. Listen, guys, please, for the love of God, listen to me. There are certain people on this earth that truly are mediums. I mean, truly are mediums. And I believe they have a gift from God to help people that are in despair, like I am, or anyone that has lost a child or a tragic loss or whatever. It's to give them hope because they don't see the neon light. Like Carolyn's like, I don't really, feel my son or blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
And I'm
but you
like,
told me
"Girl,
from the
it's
first day I talked to you, you saw him.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and I said, you have good things come to people who pray. And I didn't write it. God wrote it in the Bible. Stay
Yeah.
close to me and I'll give you things. You got to read your Bible. Even if you just read Psalms,
Right.
My God, one chapter a day, and it's funny when the Twin Towers went down. I saw that the first time in all my life on this earth is I saw so many people on the ground crying and praying, and I think it lasted like 2 or 3 weeks with everybody crying on their knees, and I said, oh my God, Jesus is coming, and what happened to our faith? What happened? It just, you only need God when you need Him.
Right. Yeah.
It's just so sad. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. What do
But
you?
I am thinking about quitting my channel because it's too much stress.
You're not quitting your channel.
It really is.
You're not quitting your channel.
She makes it stressful.
Let's see. I don't know what you want me to check in my email, Debbie. I don't see anything. Is there something specific? Because I don't see anything. Oh, hold on. Yeah, hang on. I see it now. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Pass that along. Okay. And okay, good. And let's see. So that's good. And don't quit. See, they all said you can't quit. I told you. Please don't. They win if you do. A lot of creators get like that every once in a while. Yeah, because it gets a lot. There's a lot of hate that comes around, but there's more good than bad. Always more good than bad. You can't quit. Please don't quit. See?
Well,
Don't quit. No, please don't quit.
Something to these people out there. 3 years.
going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years, I haven't been able to talk to my daughter, hug my grandchildren, see my grandson. And you people out there just keep talking about it like it's a joke. To make songs about it.
Mock our daughter and our son.
Use the oil fields on your platform as your opening. That was my family that was in there. Those are my granddaughters that had their skin coming off. Okay? These people don't think about how we feel about my family being missing and gone. How would you like it if your family's skin was falling off and people were bringing them out? You can't visit them. You couldn't see them in their coffin because it was too bad. Please think about this, people, because you don't know what we go through. You'll never know. It hurts us every single day to think of what our family went through. And you talk about how everybody
would do this and do that.
Everybody was conspiracies and your all your stuff, and say that everybody did this. There was one gentleman, I'm not going to mention his name, maybe you know about it or not, but he stayed at the oil site that whole night. To stay with my grandchildren so they wouldn't be alone. Okay? You just don't know what we go through, and you keep talking about it. And when the lawyers come knocking on your door, don't be surprised.
Amen, brother.
Because they're going to be coming.
It's enough. It's enough. Grow up. Right? There's right from wrong, and everyone knows it.
Our family, we can't talk to. Big cemetery. You know.
We celebrate their birthdays
I would,
in the cemetery.
You talk about the money, you talk about this, you talk about all this. I'd give up my life to have my family back. We don't have them no more, but in spirit and memory, and it's just not fair what you guys are doing. Really think about it. Your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren,
What would you
if
do?
this happened to them, how would you feel when people sat there and keep putting out these things about your family and what they could have done,
Crazy
what
lies.
he did, or what he was going to do, and everything else?
It's getting old.
And that $10 million lawsuit, trust me, there's more coming.
You just don't know. You just don't know the truth, and it kills you that you don't know the truth.
They do know the truth.
No,
They
they don't. No, they don't know the truth, Frankie.
They try to find.
That's why they're fighting this, and that's why they're asking all these questions on these things, and that's why they're doing all these things, because they want us to answer them. And it's not going to happen. You're not going to get the truth.
So what is the truth, Frank? No, I want to know. What is the truth? Because that's what you're...
What is the truth?
Yeah.
They want to know the truth. That's why he's asking all these questions.
All right, so what is the truth? Our family died for his penis. Is that correct? No, finish your sentence.
They want to know the truth about our family, and they want to know the truth about Chris. And they can't get it, so they keep making these conspiracy theories, so people start talking. You don't know what I'm talking about, okay?
What?
The person that's listening to this right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it to him, okay? You don't have to make up all these stories about chloroform, about what he was going to do. It eats you up inside that you do not know the real truth, because the 2,000 pages that you got don't have all the truth in there. But let me tell you, sit back really in that chair of yours and ask yourself, how would you feel if that was your grandchild
And your daughter.
and your daughter that was over there? Would you like me to keep talking about them?
We didn't do that.
No, I wouldn't talk about them. No. I have more respect for people that have passing of families. Even though there's a lot of times I'd love to go out there and say, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to investigate your family. But I don't, because I can't do it. It's not in me. That was your loved one that passed away. I feel sorry for you. And that's how I'm going to leave it.
So what Frank is saying is that the 2,000 pages is all the truth. And there's no more lies, no more drama.
No, they don't like it that there's no more out there. And it hurts them because they want to know. They're digging. Just like
because they want
this,
money.
This is the only case that's ever been shared. All the evidence has ever been shared, but yet they're looking for more. It makes no sense to me.
This
There's
whole-
nothing else to be said. It's all been said and done. It's over.
This whole story is about trying to get somebody else involved. I'm sorry.
Chris acted
They
alone.
had no evidence. As you can see, the 2,000 pages, there is no evidence on anybody else. If they did, believe you me, that person would be sitting behind bars right now. The person who did this is sitting behind bars right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a shame that you people just keep talking about it. These were real people.
Beautiful family.
You don't think I missed my granddaughters running up to me and hugging and kissing me again? I think about them every single day.
FaceTiming you every day.
I got to watch memories of them, hear their voice. And you people out there just keep talking about them. What Carolyn read tonight was 50 pages somebody sent us
Of lies.
of all information that you don't have and you want. And you're trying to.
And you're making it
have
up.
everybody-
You're letting people make it up, and you want to believe made up stuff, and it's not even real.
No, it's not. Every day we think of them. Every day we cry for them. Every day we talk about them. And every day is a hard day to go by.
That's why we're cooking and getting fat, keeping busy.
So I know you're watching, or your people are watching. But really, people, really think about this. Put yourself in our shoes. If that was your family, would you want everybody to keep doing this? The shape that my family was in. This was evil.
And it was planned.
So really think about it. Would you like your family, would you like us to talk about your family like that? I don't think so. I wouldn't do it anyway.
No, we're not like that.
So really think about what you're talking about. Like Carolyn just said, there's many people out there who can use some help to find something out.
Yeah, and if you guys are such good sleuths, you know, help with that May case. I mean, she's still missing, and she's out there. I mean, why don't you? That's something that's going on. They're asking for people's help. There's so many cases that are in the forefront. They need people's help. They need people to help them. I don't know why you want to stay on a case that's closed and just keep going over it and made up facts, and you know they're lying to you now. I don't get it.
I don't care who you can support anybody, but when they start making lots of money off of this, it's ridiculous.
And it's the people who can cook. Do a cooking channel. Keep yourself busy. Feed the hungry.
Maya
Go to shelters
Miliete,
and
yeah,
make
Maya
food for them.
Miliete needs to be found. Maya needs to be found. And there's lots of others going, you know, every day there's more missing kids and more missing women and crimes that are happening now where you can make a difference.
Amen.
Yeah, money. I know Carol Lucy. Carol Lucy says money, Carol, and money. It is. They've got something
soon
now.
enough, the money train's going to end when the lawyer knocks on their door.
But it's not facts anymore. There's not even facts that they're going over. It's just making stuff up now.
Trust you me, we got a lawyer.
Frankie has a lawyer.
Frankie's got a lawyer.
Yeah. So,
And there'll be more information coming out about that too.
yeah. I think the truth.
That's a fact, Jack.
And this is all because of
So-
their doing and not stopping.
So
We
But-
we sat quiet for 2.5 years. We're done.
so you can put that in your pipe and smoke it again.
Yeah, we're done. We've had enough. So now you let us to do that. So that's what we're doing.
It's a shame you guys spend money for a lawyer because YouTube don't do nothing for you.
Well, we can help with it.
YouTube, Google, Twitter, wherever they are, they're all the same.
So you guys gonna continue these letter readings tomorrow night?
I think
No,
you read the
we're
whole
done.
thing.
We're done. But what about
Oh,
help
I'm
for a
sure we'll
lawyer?
get
What
more.
about help for a lawyer? Do you have a link for that?
we're gonna get one.
Not
so
yet.
just hang tight.
There'll be a link set up for that.
Yeah, I'm sure people would like to
And
help
it
with
goes
that.
directly to that lawyer.
All right.
All money goes directly to the lawyers.
All right. Let me know when you have the link. I'll put the link up. I'm sure
Thank
everybody
you,
would like
everyone.
to
Thanks
help.
for putting up with us. Emotions high and low.
I thought you were going to take the hinges off the door a couple times.
Well, you know.
I know how you are.
there's
I'm
one-
an Italian just like you. I know.
Well, I'm reading some of the comments, and one comment was about blood or something. I forgot what it was, but
Yeah.
there was no blood on my daughter. There wasn't blood coming out of her eyes. Her blood filled with her eyes filled with blood. It happens when you have pressure on the neck. It wasn't
sweet
physically bleeding out. There was no drops of blood anywhere from anyone. There was no bruises on their body except their throat
Yeah.
and their mouth. Okay? And both of my granddaughters were dead before they went in the oil because of the fact that there was no
Nothing
fluid
in their lungs.
lungs.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And
So-
you know it's lies in there because he's saying that whoever said this, it's either not coming from Chris or Chris is lying because Frank didn't write to him.
So we know Frankie and I sit here every day and we work in the yard, we play in the garden, and we talk to Carolyn. That's about the extent of our life. We'll go away here and there, but it's not far. You know, we don't go far. We have a lot of animals. But our home is our home, and you know, we don't get out much because there's still people that hug us and just throw themselves out.
There is some. What's that
It's
lady?
emotional.
What's that lady's name?
Which one?
Frank, what's that lady's name?
What?
The mom watched the other day?
Huh?
The mom watched the other day?
Facts on Earth?
Is it who?
Facts on Earth?
Sax? You ever hear of Sax on Earth?
No. Who's that?
She's got a YouTube out there, and she's pretty good.
Good.
Yeah,
She told everybody that was talking about the case to go and watch the funeral again, and then think about talking about it again.
She said to look at Frank's face and the brother and the uncle and Frankie's face.
Oh yeah, you're
And-
right. Yeah.
And then she wrote a song for us, which was really beautiful. And everyone, you know, before you lay your head on the bed at night, every night, make sure you did a good deed for someone that day, and don't brag and boast about it, because that God can give it and He can take away it. So you just do good deeds and tell no one about your good deed. Don't brag about it. Just do it, because in the end, we're all brothers and sisters, you know. And just be kind to one another and try to live your best life.
You watched it, Susie Barrett? Oh, yes. And that's great. She's fantastic. Speaks beautifully. Yeah, they know. Okay. Sax
So everything
on
that
Earth.
was said tonight, Carolyn, was about YouTubers coming out with new news and blah 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 and more lies against our family. And again, I hope that people just change the channel and do something good with their life and stop listening to General Hospital, because that's what it is, General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called How the Stomach Turns. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone, God bless you all. God, you know, thank you for putting up with us. A lot of emotions
Elisa.
over here. And Carolyn, I'm sorry I don't have any money to pay you to help me out tonight, bud. laugh out loud. But thank you for being my true Italian friend, Carolyn.
Right.
I love you.
Yeah, I
And,
love you too. I love you guys too. Yeah. And
you guys, again, thank you, everyone, and God bless you. And
is Frankie on his
and,
date with his police
Yeah, his police
girlfriend?
officer, yeah.
She
well, you know, there's what's funny about that.
Sandy's got a friend that's a police officer. And
Yeah,
he's-
yeah.
he likes it.
Yeah. So maybe it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy there. Yeah.
Well, what was funny is when we had gone out to Colorado many times, the same police officer picked us up and at the airport and stuff, and she was built. Let me tell you, she was built and beautiful, and she had this badass gun on the side of her hip.
Blue
Frank was like, dang, it was just, you know, it kind of made you laugh a little bit because he was a beautiful broad, you know, with this bad gun on her side. And I don't know, it's pretty crazy for such a beautiful girl to be a police officer, and kind of mind blowing. But
Yeah.
anyway, you know, she was just keeping us up to par, and yeah, she was pretty amazing. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, ask Carolyn, and we'll do the best we can to help you. Please stop listening to lies and rumors, for God's sake. Our daughter was absolutely amazing. She worked her butt off since she was 14 years old. She never let up. She was always working, and she was always feeding somebody or taking care of somebody or giving something to somebody. She was a go-getter. She is her mother. She's a good girl. I raised good children. And you know, Jesus Lord, man, just trust me. My daughter's an angel, and I feel her every day, and I dream about her all the time. And there's the dreams are so vivid that I feel like I was actually there. So and I think that's a blessing from God for being such a good girl. And I'm going to continue to be a good girl. And if you guys give me any more heat, I'm just going to go away like the wind, and you'll never hear from me again. And you know, I'm trying to save people. I'm trying to be good to people, and that's what I'm supposed to do.
She's not giving it to you people on here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
No, we'd like to thank you all for being here and talking to all of us and loving all of us and giving us the support, and everybody else out there gives us the support. But it's just those few channels out there that, you know,
And
well,
you
there's
can't
probably
blame-
a lot of them out there, but, you know, there's just a few that are really just
You can't
constantly-
blame Frank for getting upset like he did, because you know, you get tired of it. You get
it's
so tired of it.
Yep.
You know, and
Yeah.
Carolyn, thank you for your time, sweetie, for doing this for us.
Always,
And
always.
And it's a good thing this is Carolyn's channel, because if Jersey would have came out of me and you would have heard words you probably never even heard in your life.
That's one of the reasons I
Well,
put it on Carolyn.
I told them. I said I might have to mute you guys. I thought, like I said, I thought that door was coming off the hinges.
The Jersey may have came out of me, and some words would have came out you probably never heard in your life.
That's 100% truth. Why we chose Carolyn's channel, because we just felt like she could get it all out without us messing it all up, because we get angry, and you can't blame us for getting angry, because we're just done. We're so tired. We're so tired of it. We just want to rest. We want to live out our lives and try to laugh again and to live again, and it's really hard to do.
Right.
So please stop.
You have anything in the works for tomorrow? I'm cooking, or are you doing anything, or are you taking?
No, I might be taking my sister back to the hospital.
Oh,
for
right. Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah.
The honey-do list will be out, though.
Yeah.
So if Frank looks tired, everybody, he is. It's past his bedtime, but he really has been working like a dog. So, and that's his own doing. It's not my honey-do list. Trust me. No, it isn't, Frank. You're a fibber.
Yeah.
You're a fibber.
You got to
What are
make
we
him
gonna
something
do
special
today?
for Father's Day, right, Sandy?
Well, honey.
You got something big special for him for Father's Day?
Oh,
Cooking
I'm
a
going to
big.
make him a beautiful steak with baked potato dinner, probably garden salad, and a nice dessert.
After
Yeah.
I build a shack in the backyard for anything.
Sandy scared me the other night. She was like this, "Are you going to bake a cake for Father's Day tomorrow?"
I know,
And
I
I'm like,
forgot.
Father's Day tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, is it? Right, yeah.
Well, Jimmy doesn't let you cook in the kitchen, so I figured why you
I
don't
know.
when
I
he's
have to
sleeping.
sneak. I have to sneak in there like I'm this.
Jimmy's listening.
Jimmy's sleeping.
No, he was listening. He called in up from upstairs and told me how to slow the chat down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like an hour ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's probably still watching unless he fell asleep. I don't
But
know.
anyway, thank you everyone for
thank you.
helping
Yeah.
and loving us and praying for us and good or bad, I don't care who you are, good or bad, I still pray for you anyway. And do we love Chris? Do we pray for him? Honest to God, we loved him to death. We did. We loved him like a son, and it's kind of hard to have that feeling for him anymore because of the pain and what we're enduring every day. And so we find it very hard to pray for him. I'm working on that, though. I really am. I'm working on that because I don't want him to go to hell as bad as it is. Frank does, but I don't. Hell is forever, and it's not good. And I'm not like that. That's not me. And you got to answer to God. It's not me. I'm not your judge. God is. And God bless them. God bless everybody.
Right.
I don't wish hell on anybody because it's bad.
Yep. So, all right, that was fun.
Well, God bless you, everybody.
Check
Good
it out.
night. Carolyn, we
Yeah,
love
God
you.
bless you guys. Love you too. And
To all the wrenches and everyone, thank you. And we
yeah,
love you.
thanks to all the wrenches. I know it probably was insane. Hopefully not too insane. Hopefully people were good and not too bad. And hopefully people will really take heed to it and keep away from this shit, because they're only going to keep doing it if they're getting a payoff from it. And they're not. It's all lies. So you know it's all lies coming out. Nothing is true. Nothing. It's just being made up, and he's making it up. Even if it was Chris, if you look at the wording, he is making it up based on what the belief is out there and then asking. So at the very best, it's him making it up. At the very worst, it's them making it up. But it's not true.
And we know Chris's handwriting. And
Chris told everybody at one time, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was. I know it's hard to say, but he said, do not talk about his wife and throw her under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
That he loved her.
And so this stuff that they're saying is not true, even though never mind.
Yeah, I
It's
think he's just
hostile
trying to save
stuff.
himself right now and just make himself look better. Ben, he's writing. He's reading. If he is reading Gone Girl or whatever, he's probably trying to learn how to write this stuff. But just it's all garbage. All right, and
All right, we're gonna go,
thanks.
Carol.
Yeah,
We love you guys.
We love
Thank
you too.
All, and we'll talk to you soon.
okay. Thanks,
All
you
right.
guys. Let's
All
talk
right,
to you
everyone.
soon.
Bye.
All
Good
right,
night, everyone.
bye. Good night, Frankie.
Good
Have
night.
fun with your
Thank
cop
you.
girlfriend.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go at 2. I think it's been a little bit crazy and emotional, and it's been just a crazy day. And I think I'm gonna cut off too. But thank you guys for coming in, and please, 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 don't let these channels are really hurtful to the family. Okay. All right. I love you guys. God bless. Prayers for all that need them, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.